This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. With so much going on in life, sometimes we put ourselves last, and that can take its toll. Visit betterhelp.com/allies and make your happiness a priority. Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast. I am your host, Isla Hink, coming to you from medium temperature Los Angeles, California. Everywhere else seems like it's scorching hot. It's like 80 here, Fahrenheit. Pretty pleasant. I'm joined by Brad Ellis.
Yo.
Michael Damiani.
What's up?
In the control room, we've got Don Casanova.
Hello, hello.
And Gabby Montoot. Rocking the couch. Doing some sick-ass management of the community. Friends, we're here to discuss some of the biggest headlines in games this week, and a whole boatload of also this week's. Just be forewarned. I got a lot of stuff in here. I don't know. But before we get into that, we have to make amends for the mistakes that we made in the last episode. Don, begin corrections music, please.
Boop.
Look at that lighting cue. Love to see it. Love to see it. You got to take me off of the preview camera. I'm just going to stare at myself this whole time. Thanks. So yeah, Microsoft already has a loyalty program. Several people mentioned this. Microsoft Rewards and Game Pass Quests. So, because we had wondered if maybe they'll follow suit, but they already have it.
Nice.
The Lunar Whale mount is $42, but when it was first available, it was on a promo sale for $35.70. So we were off by like $5 to $10. We thought it was like 30 or something. And by we, I mean Damiani. In the bets, we didn't mention the game that we'd be looking for the word meow.
There's a reason for that.
It's Escape Academy.
Yeah. But I'm aware there was a reason though.
Ooh, Brad's got a reason. You try to get Brad, and he's one step ahead of you.
Don knows. I asked Don specifically.
I know. I'm not revealing why, but I know, Brad.
I don't even know why. What the hell's going on? Okay.
Some Bloodworth stuff. Or
Some
Bloodworth wheelhouse.
Okay, whatever. This is kind of hearsay, but who knows? On the Skull and Bones situation that we were talking about, the leaks suggest that Ubisoft made a deal with the state of Singapore for tax deductions and subsidies on the game, so they can't pull development or cancel the game because they're contractually obligated to provide jobs. Who knows?
What was that a correction on?
We had thought that we didn't know specifically why they couldn't just cancel it, and so that was...
Well, I think we referenced the deal with Singapore.
That's not 100% sure, though, is it?
That's not 100% sure either.
Is that a correction then?
Blood wouldn't have let that one in.
That one makes me very...
Mom's in charge now, though, so we're loosey-goosey, you know? Slow and tight. If you have a correction, that's not supposed to be there yet. Hang on. The studio Nintendo bought also made some Pikmin shorts that were the most viewed videos in Nintendo Japan, maybe on their YouTube channel, and we didn't seem to know that, so someone brought that up.
I just read a list.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
The name of the Bayonetta character that you and Damiani couldn't remember...
I said Viola, didn't I?
...is apparently Luca, not Enzo.
Oh, that's not a new character then.
No.
Viola's the new character.
But he was wearing a hat, or maybe not a scarf. I don't know, whatever.
My bad.
There was some confusion, yeah.
I take the hit on that one. That was
Damn it, Don.
faulty research. Wrong hat.
Wrong hat.
Wrong hat.
Yeah, we're sorry about that.
You're not reviewing Bayonetta 3 anymore. Sorry.
Several people mentioned variations on this. I just copied this because it's a lot of titles.
All right.
Konami released another Metal Gear collection on the PS3. It's called Metal Gear Solid: The Legacy Collection. It was released in 2013 and includes Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, MGS VR missions, MGS 2, MGS 3, MGS 4, Peace Walker, MGS Band Descene, and MGS 2 Band Descene, which I don't know what that is. MGS 1 and VR missions were not included on the discs, unfortunately, but digital codes in the case to download the PS1 version of these two games off of the PS Store and MGS4 is included on a separate disc in the collection. So
I don't mind getting that wrong. That's fine. That was
So
a whole lot
We
of
want all that re-released.
We want
Yeah,
that.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we want that again
all
with
of that.
5. With 5 and
all that.
acid.
No, we don't need 5.
Yeah, we don't need 5. Also, apparently it's pronounced Jaguar, not Jaguar.
Jaguar?
Okay.
But that's regional, so
Is this
Bite it.
directed at me as well?
I mean, I assume.
I would love to hear how this person. I would love to hear how this person pronounces water.
Well, they
would.
capitalized Jag in both of them, so it's Jaguar and Jaguar.
Okay.
I would say Jaguar.
Sure.
Like that. If you have a correction, leave it in the comments on either the public version or the Patreon version. Ad-free, ladies. Patreon. Start with the word correction so we can search for it, and leave a timestamp for the part of the video that you're correcting so we know what the hell you're referring to. Don, and corrections music, please.
Boop.
Thank you. We have a lot of weird headlines this week and a whole boatload of things that are interesting but maybe won't cause us to talk for very long, so there's a long also this week. First off, the traditional, honored way of starting our podcast
Game announcement.
with a game announcement.
Yeah.
Digital Extremes, makers of Warframe, have announced at TennoCon a new game via a poetic and really cool trailer. I don't know if you watched it,
I did.
but it's called Soulframe. Apparently going to be an MMO that will be, quote, heavily influenced by themes of nature, restoration, and exploration, and it will focus on melee combat. The trailer kind of hints at what the combat might be like, and maybe like a little bit of a magic system. There's one really cool shot where the character drops a sword and like the entire surroundings change instantly. It was very cool. Yeah, it's in early development. Soulframe, this is a quote from the developers, Soulframe will deliver its own independent and uniquely immersive experience led by the creative and imaginative minds behind Warframe. The website has a few extra little screenshots on it if you solve a puzzle, which I did do, and it was a fun little puzzle first try. Yeah. Open hub worlds, I guess. I feel like anytime there's a Warframe related thing, we're always just like,
Well,
gee, Warframe, we should give it a shot.
I just haven't played it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it looked like the camera in this trailer they showed, which I assume is not gameplay, but
It seemed like, yeah,
replicating
CG,
gameplay.
yeah.
It was like the same third person kind of angle, the character slightly off to the side. Warframe, as far as I'm aware, has melee combat in it, but this will just focus more on it and not guns and all that crazy stuff. Some woman in the trailer was wearing a helmet. It looked like a Warframe helmet. I was like, oh, this does look like Warframe already.
It was interesting, yeah. It looked like they were, because they had like, yeah, sci-fi looking helmets and like breathing apparatuses, but everything else was fantasy. So it was kind of a cool vibe. Did you see this at all, Damiani, or no? Okay. It looks cool.
We all assumed it was a Souls game immediately because again, we're like, again?
Yeah. It does breaks my rule of don't put the word soul in your title. But Soulframe is a little different than blank souls.
It makes sense, you know,
Yeah.
I guess, for them. Keeping in that frame universe, whatever it is.
Yeah, they're all frame Souls games.
Yeah, they're all frames. Whatever.
frames.
Yeah.
Cool, another MMO. We'll see what's different about it, I guess. Like, whatever. They have cool magic or anything like that to separate it. I'm sure, I mean, it's going to be different, but this game feels a ways off still.
Oh, yeah,
which
early
is
development.
fine, but yeah, I'm curious to see more about it. Like, it seems more interesting to me than Warframe. Just the setting.
Yeah,
is more a
same,
little my
yeah.
style.
Yeah, you said nature, and I was like, okay, this probably will be a little bit more up my alley than Warframe was. But same time, there's just, I mean, it's good to have new MMOs because, you know, there needs to be new stuff for people to look forward to. But at the same time, it's super saturated. So
Yeah.
it is extremely difficult to get me excited about any kind of new MMO like before it's out and for word of mouth at this point because there's just too many, and like I'd rather spend my time playing a game. So it's like just something that doesn't speak to me, but just the genre at the moment. But combat, like, yeah, like you said, nature, but in like melee combat. So like, are they fighting like like animal? Wait, what?
In the trailer,
oh, they don't show
Just
that.
some humanoid.
yeah, the main
Okay.
guy had a sword and he was fighting three they look like
so it's
guards.
So it's
or
not like
hum-
giant
yeah.
things you're fighting.
Humanoid,
It's like so far. Okay,
So
okay.
far, yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's going like Monster Hunter-y route or something like
Well,
that.
there's an animal. It's like a moose elk magical creature that kind of like revives him. Well,
Fake
and a
torrent?
bird, yeah, revives the man from like. So the trailer starts with him like naked on a chair, handcuffed, and this woman is talking to him, and then they like throw him out of the tower and leave him for dead in the water, and then this entity, this animal, kind of wakes him up. Mm-hmm. So there are animals, nature, that kind of stuff in it, and it looks like. It got kind of like Rust vibes, where it's like you start with nothing and like gain more stuff, but who knows?
Yeah.
If that's,
Yeah,
I don't know.
hard
It
to
looks
say.
like you said, Damiani. It's MMOs are like a thing I just like don't usually have much interest in, and I feel like melee MMO is something that people have been trying to nail for a really long time.
Yeah.
So who knows? I feel like Warframe's the one that could maybe do it because
Yeah.
everyone always says like
Yeah.
Warframe did it.
I guess that's why people are excited about it, because it's the same devs and they've proven
Yeah.
they know how to make an MMO or online game that people really enjoy. So
And Warframe's been going for.
Yeah,
I didn't
long
write
time.
it down, but it was like I don't know, 10 years or
Yeah.
something, 12 years.
Yeah.
Or something. It's crazy.
thriving.
Yeah. So anyway, cool little first story.
Yeah, we'll
there.
keep eyes on that.
Looks neat. Our kind of big meat and potatoes story here is PlatinumGames has hired, and I am bad at pronouncing names historically, Takao Yamane, former
right?
I need to see it.
Takao Yamane.
I think so.
Yamane.
Okay.
Former managing editor from Nintendo, or managing director.
I was going to say
pardon me.
managing editor.
Managing
It's like, Nintendo
Bloodworth-
magazine.
Bloodworth's in my head with all this managing editor. Former managing director of Nintendo.
Yep.
He's the new vice president, and they're teasing the beginning of a new era for Platinum Games.
man.
And they had, frankly, an amazing interview. I have so many pull quotes from this interview, but let me just give you the broad strokes first, and then we can like talk about it, and then I'll just like pull in some of these quotes. But Yamane turned 50. It felt like a turning point in his life. Inaba, the Platinum president, said, well, if you want a change, let's do it together. So he didn't leave Nintendo with dissatisfaction or anything like that. There's no bad blood. And he said, to be perfectly honest, I feel like my last company would be perfectly fine without me. However, I felt like Inaba and Kamiya would need me for what they plan to do with Platinum Games. And Yamane and Inaba had been friends already. Inaba describes a mysterious rapport between them and talked about wanting to evolve Platinum Games, which includes publishing, self-publishing. And he felt that Yamane was a great fit for that. So Inaba oversees development, Kamiya manages the quality of titles and is the creator and also a VP. And then Yamane will come on and manage the more like businessy side. They mentioned plans to physically publish titles like Project GG in the future themselves. They also teased a new original IP that they'll be self-publishing and that they need more people. Currently, they have 300 employees, but they feel they need at least 500 or maybe 1,000, which would make them one of the largest developers in Japan, and they would want to expand to other Japanese cities. If you want, like, I have some amazing quotes here too, but there is a lot of information in this interview. If you're interested in Platinum Games, check out the interview, because mercy, it's on their actual website, Platinum's website, with an English translation. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, very handy. What do you guys think of this? Is this... Damian, you sounded like you kind of knew...
I mean, it just sounds like Platinum's ready to like expand further in those details. I hadn't actually caught the interview just yet, but I know that they were definitely looking to get into more like publishing. So bringing this new hire on, and then the talk about expanding their staff to like possibly up to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But multiple locations mean they mean serious business.
Yeah.
So I think this is a step towards them wanting to just like do bigger things, and I wonder if it's also maybe a transition away from like them taking on so many projects individually and like internally having to handle them, versus just having like a main team that does like the like flagship titles, and they start bringing in like more people to like work with other studios potentially to bring games under the Platinum Games label. So
wonder,
I think their goal is to be up there alongside like Bandai Namco,
Square,
Capcom, Square Enix. They want to be that, which is funny because so many people in the past have talked about like who's going to acquire Platinum Games, like is Nintendo going to buy them, is Microsoft?
Well, because they were talking about it too,
and this is like
they're going to acquire them damn selves.
Yeah, it's like, this is not what you're doing if you want to be acquired.
Yeah,
you want to be a big player.
Yeah, and they're talking about several titles that have been announced and unannounced for other publishers, and then titles, new IP for themselves, even after Project GG, is really a fantastic interview. Brad, did you have any thoughts before I just read some amazing quotes?
I'm just saying, this is a good idea. I've always felt Platinum Games have been spreading themselves way too thin.
Yeah.
And just releasing, because they're getting contracted to do a lot of these games, just releasing like not very good games. I think of Babylon's Fall also pretty recently where I'm like, oh.
Square Enix Publishing, right?
Yeah, and then they've helped on like games, like obviously they helped on some Nier games and stuff like that, so it's good, but like, and the whole Scalebound thing, like whatever the hell happened to that game, like if this helps them get back on track to releasing consistently quality games, I'm all for it.
And they talked a lot about quality and like scale and how they want. Kamiya was actually pretty like humble. He was kind of like Project GG might have even been a smaller game if they hadn't like encouraged him to kind of go for it, and like this kind of arrangement will allow them to like set their sights even higher. So yeah, it's kind of interesting stuff. Are you ready for some amazing things that they say to each other? Okay. So Inaba says, there are no problems now, but I'm sure Kamiya and Yamane will have some arguments later, and he laughs. They represent the creative and business sides respectively. After all, I'm the one who has to keep them in line. He laughs. And then the interviewer asked Yamane, several months after joining the company, how do you view Platinum Games? And he replied, first of all, I can safely say that Platinum Games isn't a sweatshop. He laughs. Everything is above board, and the atmosphere in the office is positive, with everyone working hard on development. Of course, and while this may be common at most development studios, the air conditioner temperature is very low and it's cold. And then the interviewer says, oh, is that because of all the heat from the machines? And he goes, I wonder. We've only ever been developers, so I don't know. He laughs. Is it really that cold? And then, or that's Kamiya saying that. And then Yamane says, but everyone's dressed lightly while they're working, so I thought they must be okay with the cold. Then he goes on to say that Inaba and Kamiya are even more fearsome to the staff than I thought. I saw this at my last position too, but when it comes to creators, on the one hand you think, of course they have to probe and poke that much to assure quality, but you also think, do you really have to do it that much? That's how often you hear harsh feedback flying. These two are really uncompromising. They should be, and it's one of the things that keeps Platinum Games' quality level high. It's just that it's kind of scary to see them from the sidelines, he laughs. And then Inaba goes, no, I think that Kamiya is scary too. And then Kamiya goes, no, I think Inaba is scary. And then all of them start laughing. Yeah. And then Inaba clarifies, just to make sure there are no misunderstandings, no one's getting angry or yelling, it's just pointing things out. And Yamane goes, yes, very sharply, like a katana.
They need to be critical, definitely, especially right now.
Yeah,
I'm sure Bayonetta 3 is going to be great. Hopefully it'll be something that gets them kind of back on track in terms of excellent games, but you know.
I feel like, lately Platinum, when I started in this business, they were a name that, like you guys and Ben and everybody would be like, oh, Platinum Games, you know?
Yeah,
and then over the last 6 or 7 years, it's kind of like they release bangers and like pretty poor performing.
Yeah, they're very inconsistent in what terms they're going to deliver quality-wise. I just didn't know, ever.
Yeah, I imagine that's what that sweatshop remark was about, because they just have a reputation of being overworked, that they take on too many projects, and that they've historically, some of them have been like short lead time, so like it's kind of like a rush job, and like they don't always turn out that great, but
they've kind of hired guns.
Their name just like gets attached to so many different things, and it's like, how do they keep doing it? I guess I didn't even realize they were even as big as 300 people, so they're bigger than I even thought. But even that
seems small though, for all the stuff.
Everyone always goes like, where's like, people only get excited when it's like the Platinum A team, like Kamiya is attached to a game, so it's like Bayonetta 3. It's like, all right, well, the A team's on that game, and so that one's gonna be great. Whereas the other ones, you
Right.
hear who's on it, like, oh, that's a B or C team. Like, I don't know where people get these terms from, but it's just like what goes around in like the articles out there, and it's like you just kind of know deep down, like, well, it's probably not gonna like Babylon's Fall. It's like, probably not.
Yeah.
Even though apparently it was like combat was okay in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
In Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, apparently the combat's like okay, decent
really?
in it. Just
Oh.
a lot of other stuff about the game.
That's
is
like the
just not
first
good.
thing that even verges on
yeah,
positive.
I
that
remember
I've
Ben told me
heard.
it was terrible, and he played a long time. It was a long time ago when he played it though, but he told me it was boring. I was like, wow, that's disappointing.
You're looking sharp.
Thanks.
Haircut?
Yeah.
New shirt?
No.
It's a good looking shirt.
Thanks.
Shirt haircut combo.
Thanks.
Little,
Yeah. Shorts and haircuts. Yeah.
Little beard.
Yeah.
Shirts and
face
haircuts.
shirt- yeah. Shirts and haircuts.
Can't
man.
be beat.
That's how that
Classic
happens. Yeah. Can't beat it, dude.
With regard to Project GG, Yamane said, to come right out with it, I suppose I should say, see you next June in Los Angeles.
Oh.
To which the interviewer followed up, by Los Angeles, you mean E3 or maybe Summer Games Fest?
Okay, that's good.
And so, yeah, they're like, well, who knows? But
Probably both.
just don't expect to hear anything about that until then.
No. Yeah. I don't expect
Man,
anything.
imagine we get like same trailer at both events, like they both happen.
Oh my
Companies
God.
just like put the same trailer in both, so whoever goes
Yeah.
Oh, an E3 and
Please,
Summer
Yeah,
Games
to
that's
Fest.
like-
please all parties.
Oh, man. But then they lie and they tell the ESA and
Yeah.
Jeff that they're exclusive.
Yep.
They change like one shot.
One
so
shot.
they're- so they're
Square Enix will do the
technically
Square Enix
exclusive.
specialty, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. One different shot at the end or something.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Or different angle. It's not even like it's like
Yeah, same shot.
It's like Resident Evil 4 where they did like this Leon from like the front, you can see
Yeah.
his face in the car and so the side. It's
Right,
like,
yeah.
come on.
I hope they do a T-shirt reveal also.
Oh, yeah.
Fall
How
back.
many?
Capcom's.
That's a bet we should do. How many games will be revealed via T-shirt?
I don't know. Seems to be a Japanese thing only right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to think.
we've
Reggie
had one
would do
revealed
it.
via tattoo.
Oh,
yeah.
was that Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God!
coming
And
to a
Halo.
platforming. Yeah, coming to a platform, but we've had someone just in the audience reveal a game.
Yeah, just with Star Wars.
Oh right, yeah, Respawn. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
Star
called,
Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi
T-shirts
Fallen
are
Order.
old, like old now. We gotta find the new one.
A new
Predict what the
thing?
next new.
Oh yeah.
Like a origami of it or something. Have some guy make it.
A Twitch alert. Someone subscribe.
Twitch alert.
It's like the name of the game.
Yeah.
Body
What?
piercings. You have like a bunch of studs across your back spelling out the name. Like
Oh yeah,
hundreds of,
bejeweled,
Yeah.
bedazzled. I mean, Edward James Olmos comes out and does an origami dressed like the guy from Blade Runner.
Yeah, or a light bright. Just
Light
really
bright.
slow,
There
but
you
they
go.
eventually do it.
Very Stranger Things.
I need,
Yeah.
I need cars to roll in with the name of the game on the license plate.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
It needs to be like a shitty car though.
Yeah, like a
It needs to be like a piece of shit.
Pinto or
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Has a game ever been revealed via pin? I feel like they always have little
a pin they're
pins
wearing?
Of they're
I'd
wearing
love
like
to think that what Reggie was wearing during the Game Awards would be like a hint at what was going to be shown.
Right.
Like when we wear like a Metroid pin.
yeah, or a little
Oh.
Pikmin pin or something. Yeah,
people would
We're
read
so
it.
desperate.
Yeah.
yeah, we're a thirsty
We're
crowd.
so desperate.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever revealed something. I could see Jeff revealing a game with a pair of shoes.
You're right. Yeah.
Like the camera pans down and he's got these like custom Nikes with like Samus on them or something.
He would love that.
Carpets.
He would.
Carpets? That's our wheelhouse. No one can steal that. That's our thing.
They would get top marks though. Revealing a game via carpet.
Yeah,
dude?
it would be. Carpet simulator.
Don and I would have a heart attack, I think, on the spot. Just pass out. Any other thoughts on Platinum Games? This seems like a good move. It
Seems like a good
seems-
move, yeah, on paper. Hopefully they can
Yeah.
sort it out, yeah.
Definitely is them trying to, establish themselves and not. Sorry, I don't know how many people put stock into it, but like people thought this was like a step. Sorry, I shouldn't say people. There's like a handful of things I read
Robots.
that said like, oh, it's a step in Nintendo acquiring Platinum Games, and I just like had to shake my head when I read that. I was like, what?
That's not the vibe I got.
Oh, and
from
like yeah,
the
this was
interview.
before the interview
Yeah.
dropped. When this interview dropped, it clarified things very nicely, so
Yeah.
we know what's going on.
And
Very
it seemed
obvious.
like I didn't write down the exact date, but it seemed like he started actually a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
yeah, like they said months in the interview.
A couple of
so
months,
it's
yeah.
not
So like
it just
January or
just
something. Yeah,
happens.
I don't remember specifically when, but yeah. So which I kind of like. Like they let him get acclimated before announcing it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, there've been a lot of like kind of moves between Japanese studios lately. Someone from Platinum just went over to, who was the director of Bayonetta 1 with Kamiya, went to Capcom, doing Street Fighter 6 now. And then Square Enix took what's his face from Capcom from the Devil May Cry team. And
June 16.
And doing
the
Final Fantasy 16.
combat guy.
Yeah. So a lot of
a lot of
hopping there.
poaching.
Yeah, a lot of poaching, talent poaching.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like COVID? Like everyone's just feeling restless and they just need to shake things up. Like that's kind of what he was saying. Is like
Maybe.
Yamane was like, I just wanted to like change.
I also think,
Worked
from
there
my
for 27
understanding,
years.
is that the stigma of not staying with a company for like being
Your
a lifer
lifetime? Yeah.
is like, especially in
away.
game development, like that stigma is going away, where it's like more accepted for you to move to a different company or go out on your own.
So it used to be seen as better to stay and be a lifer.
From a lot of the early like interviews that we had limited access to, it always made it sound like that people would say at a company. It was very
You're a company man.
very like, I don't want to say like maybe taboo or something for someone to jump ship, or like it was a bad sign if you were like, you know, like the stories of like what was it, Igarashi or whatever, the Konami. It's like, well, they're like, let them make games anymore, and then like a little bit what happened with Final Fantasy XII's original director producer. There's been all sorts of like stories of those where someone who was like famous developer, and then like they kind of get like benched, and it's like rather than leaving the company, they just stay there because
brutal,
But now they're like, that like South Kojima is like, you're not gonna help, let me do what I want to do. Well, bye, I'm gonna go leave. So
do you think Kojima was like a trailblazer in that regard, like that paved the way for this sort of thing?
Might have been the highest profile one. I feel like
one of them,
and especially covered like globally. I think that got the most attention. I think you saw others before try it to various extents.
You got like Sakaguchi doing Mistwalker.
Yeah, Sakaguchi was probably
I remember
first.
Inafune leaving to do his own thing.
Inafune was another one.
Yeah.
But it like, I think it was just like, if you have like the clout and stuff, you can try and do this. And then like with Sega, with Yakuza.
Oh right, all them.
Leaving to start their own thing. I'm forgetting all the names here. I'm so sorry. Have fun corrections people next week. You have so much fun.
Who's it owns them? Tencent, or is it something? I forgot who owns them.
Oh yeah, their studio.
Yeah,
Valhalla Knights. Is that what it's called? I forget.
No. Well, Valhalla was Ninja Gaiden dude.
Oh, Itagaki. Yeah. Jeez, man, I'm gonna.
He's doing.
Well, we've got a story coming up later in the show that some Western developers are starting their own things too. So several actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going around. That's what I'm thinking. Is like everyone, like globally,
everyone's shaking up.
We're feeling antsy as a human race. I think we're all trying to get new gigs.
Suikoden devs doing their own Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone just left Konami because they don't.
Yeah, well, Konami stopped
anymore.
existing. Yeah, dude, I hope Ayuden Chronicles is good, dude. Ayuden Chronicles Rising was fine,
but it's not the main deal.
It's not the main deal.
Would you say that sampler was as good, worse, or better for those who played both than the Bloodstained one they gave?
Bloodstained seemed more positive, for sure.
Far
the
worse.
NES style one.
So
Bloodstained was more positive.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
that initial one.
Okay. Yeah. Chronicles of the Moon was Circle of the Moon.
No.
What the hell is it called?
I just skipped my mind too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bloodstained thing was way better, I think. And I played I beat the Ayuden Chronicles Rising thing. It's cute. It had a lot of potential, and then it just was so padded out that it didn't really.
Oh yeah.
Like it should have been like 30%.
Curse of the Moon.
30% Curse of the Moon. There
That's
it is.
it.
Thank you. We beat you.
Gotcha.
Corrections.
Delete that comment.
I had it locked and loaded. I was just waiting. I was waiting for a good pause. I didn't want to interrupt.
Don's our safety net. But yeah, Ayuden Chronicles. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I'm kind of into these ideas of little preludes.
The little appetizers.
Yeah, they're nice. Especially
I love
if they're good. Mm-hmm. More, please.
And it's funny too because it's kind of a weird thing to think about coming out of a Kickstarter because it's how do you have the bandwidth to make a separate game entirely on top of your other Kickstarter game? But it's hey, go for it.
It reminds me of Yacht Club, who did Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
And it's they did just DLC for that game for 5 years.
Yeah, forever.
Now they're finally making a new game.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
June NPDs, baby. He was supposed to be here, but he's on assignment doing stuff, so he's missing out. This comes from our good buddy Matt Piscatella.
Good
Check
buddy.
him out on Twitter.
10-4.
I mean, I don't know him.
I don't know.
We all personally know him. Let's be honest.
Sometimes Blood seems like he knows him.
I think Blood just like knows everybody.
Blood knows everybody.
It's just very humble.
From
about
his
it.
time
He's very humble.
when he was in charge of Nintendo and all Eastern games.
Yeah.
All Japanese titles. He met a lot of people. So, June 2022 US NPD thread. I said the word thread, but we're only going to look at this little factoid, and then I'm going to make you guess things,
Okay.
as is our tradition.
game.
June 2022, consumer spending across video game hardware, content, and accessories fell 11% when compared to a year ago, down to a paltry $4.3 billion. Growth in subscription spending could not offset declines in other areas of spending, probably because we're not just all trapped inside quite as hard as we used to be
Yeah.
a year ago.
It's a sign. The recession's coming. Video games are the indicator.
A recession is definitely coming or upon us, yes. Okay, let's see. I don't know. What, wait, what? Weird, okay. There's some weird stuff on here.
Weird stats.
All right, I've got our top
stats.
20. What do you think is number one?
All right, I have two guesses. Top two. Either Call of Duty or it's Elden Ring.
Your second guess is correct. It's Elden Ring.
That game's selling, baby.
Our baby
As
girl
it should.
is leading the pack.
Wow.
Feels good.
For
Last month it was
June.
also at rank 1.
Dang.
Oh, shoot. I didn't know that.
Last month's number 2 is still number 2. It's got a big IP.
Mario?
Probably shoring it up. Mario's on the list, but it's not this one.
Hey, Mario? Grand Theft Auto?
The game that came out in May? No, that was. You just
It
meant
was
number two
second
in
last
May.
month.
Yeah.
It came out a couple months ago. It's owned by Warner Bros. This game, which is weird actually because the IP is owned by Disney. It's got Lego.
Oh, Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
I always forget that
Skywalker.
game exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
All right,
boy
cool.
AJ. But third, Brad.
Call of Duty?
No, the other one you
Mario
said,
Kart?
Mario
Yeah.
Strikers.
Oh, Mario
Battle League.
Strikers?
Yeah, third,
Actually charted.
and that's
Wow.
physical only, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that it's third.
Me too. Okay.
MLB The Show is fourth. It was fifth last time. Huge jump from 57th last month. And I'm not totally sure why. There was some recent news last month about the sequel to this game, and people seem pretty pissed about it.
The Last of Us?
But now it's fifth.
Oh, no. That's
So I was
It's a
gonna say-
multiplayer
So you
game.
say it would be positive. I thought you say like God of War.
Call of Duty then?
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Fifth from 57 last month. What's going on?
I don't
I didn't
know.
look into this.
It's
I don't
like your
know how
last
much-
chance to buy it or something, like the OG version.
I don't
before
know,
they
but
forced-
maybe there was a huge sale. I don't even know how much it is anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah,
Okay.
There's a big sale, and maybe that. Yeah.
Might have been on sale, yeah. who
Okay.
knows? Chat, correct us. I don't know. I didn't look it up. Sixth is Mario Kart 8. Another Nintendo
Kirby?
sports.
Oh,
Switch
Switch
Sports.
Sports. Ugh.
Seventh. Then it's
Kirby?
Eighth.
Nice.
Nintendo's all over the top
Kirby.
10.
They always are.
Okay, this one is amazing to me, and I think it's because of a recent trailer. This jumped from 159th to 9th. 150 jumps. I assume because of the new trailer they showed last month, was that in June?
I don't know. It's hard to say when I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a certain. You love this game.
I love mini games.
It's a certain remake of a certain.
Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah,
What?
it's 9th.
Whoa.
Jumped 150 spots
Oh, the
in
PC
July.
port?
Oh,
But is this just
did that
physical?
hit? This is just.
Well, there's
No, they might report
this. They
Steam-
put it on Steam
Steam
recently.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And I think
that's
it was
why.
on sale for a little bit.
That was July.
Dude,
yeah,
hell yeah.
9th,
Still,
dude.
Still good. Still good.
Minecraft is 10th.
course.
Call of Duty finally hitting the list here at 11.
Wow,
Vanguard.
Vanguard. Ooh.
Wow.
New sporting game at 12. F1 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
helped up by some DLC, probably, a Nintendo and PC now. Capcom game. 13.
Oh, Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
Then it's Demon Slayer at 14.
Yep.
Smash Bros.
Yep.
Holding it down at 15. Your baby girl, Three Hopes, 16.
Oh, actually
Sonic.
made top 20? Wow.
Yeah, 16th.
Sorry, I saw some chatter about the MPD with it, and it sounded like people were disappointed with its sales, but...
I'd say 16th is pretty damn good for...
Well, I guess because Three Hopes...
And
Three
that's
Houses. The original charted so high initially,
Well,
but this is a Warriors
it's a spin-off
Muso
game. Yeah.
It's a Muso game, but also remember Nintendo, no
Doesn't
digital
digital,
sales,
right.
so
Yeah.
it's probably way higher.
Same with like Three Houses,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
So,
Oh, true. Then Sonic Origins, 17th.
Oh, right.
Somehow,
Pokemon Legends,
Sonic finds a way.
18th.
Hell,
Holy crap!
Wait, which Pokemon? Legends?
Arceus,
yes.
Damn, I'm shocked this made the top 20. We did a full playthrough of this on the
Quarry?
17th. The
Quarry?
Quarry, dude.
Oh, I think this sold all right. Yeah.
Yeah. The 19 on
Yeah.
the list. And then, damn,
Cranking
the
them
little
out.
engine that could.
Grand Theft Auto.
That's not even on PC. Is this on PC? Because there's news that we got the specs for Spider-Man
Spider-Man?
PC.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is 20th.
Just
Oh, it's
Miles
pre-orders.
Morales,
Just the
yeah.
Miles Morales. Oh, it's probably pre-orders. Well, but I think
Because they're doing
it's a pack-in,
Spider-Man
isn't it?
first. Spider-Man comes out first on PC.
August 12th, I believe.
Then I think Miles is a little later.
Oh, okay. I thought
wait.
they were packed together.
You said this is... Oh, just Miles Morales, period? Yeah. Okay,
This
so
is just
Miles
Miles
Morales
Morales.
has been selling well for a while.
Yeah, it's just been there. Yeah, people love it.
Yeah, people love those
love it.
Spider-Mans.
Blood does that better than I did.
That's okay. He's been doing it a while.
He's been doing it. He's probably better at Spider-Man too. I tried jumping in for that Black Cat DLC, and I was just like, what are any of the controls? I've completely forgotten this
Yeah, I haven't
game.
played those either.
And I never got all the way through Miles Morales, even though I love Miles Morales. But
Oh, you didn't get through it? It's pretty short.
the reason I didn't get through it,
Demon Souls?
that, and also I was like an hour in, and my game glitched.
Oh.
And it like froze on a cutscene.
Yeah.
And so then I was just like,
It froze. Never played again.
it froze. I literally never played it again.
All right. Your time. You spend your time how you want.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. You take care of your car, right? Why don't you do that for your brain? Therapy is like maintenance for your brain, and it's very, very, very important. I've been in therapy since I was a rambunctious little child when I thought I had ADD. Turns out I didn't. I was just bored and couldn't regulate all the energy I had. And, helped me deal with a whole lot of other stuff in my life. Yeah, there are lots of ways to support a healthy brain, like learning a new language, napping, drinking enough water, getting exercise, and therapy, such as from BetterHelp Online Therapy. Yes, I cannot recommend therapy enough. I think it should just come. I think everybody should just have therapy. Everybody should have a therapist. It's so good. It'll really change your life. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions, so you don't have to see anybody on video if you don't want to, which I think is a very nice thing, because sometimes you just want to not be seen and you want to just be heard, and I think that that's very important. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy. This is very true. I used BetterHelp when I was at home in Wisconsin with my dad when he was on hospice, and it was invaluable to me. And because I wasn't in LA, I couldn't see my LA therapist, and so this was very, very good. And it's cost me about half, so I mean it's variable for everybody, but you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours, and if you don't like who they match you with, you can get a new one. Sometimes I think people scrub out on therapy because the first try, they think it's supposed to just like work and be a hit. No, it's like dating or finding your favorite food. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries and then you're like, okay, we click. That's the way. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/allies, betterhelp.com/allies, betterhelp.com/allies. I stopped halfway through spelling the word and I confused myself. I was like, B-T, what's going on? T-T-E-R. T-T-T-T. BetterHelp.com. Check it out. Our next sponsor is Babbel. For most of us, learning a second language in high school or college wasn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. I took German. My German language class name, I think, was Lothar. We picked German names in class. And I also went to a German language camp where we would dance swing dance instead of doing what they told us to do. And we called ourselves the Jive Kinder, which is German for swing kids. We were very rebellious. We would go to the community center or the lodge or whatever you call it in the campsite and dance instead of doing pottery or whatever they were trying to make us do. We were a bunch of just rapscallions, I tell you. But now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you just have some free time, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. I've been trying to learn Norwegian because my girlfriend is from Norway, and so I've been trying to, I thought it would be cute if we could, talk secretly to each other. An ex of mine was Chinese, and I tried learning Chinese. I have a history of this. I don't know. Norwegian is going much better. Thank you for asking. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons are created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent, and it does not mess around. It won't let you slouch through that stuff. It takes it really seriously. There are so many ways to learn in Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. The games are cute. I tried a few of them. You have to say the right word to get through the doors and stuff. It was cool. Start your language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/allies. That's babbel.com/allies. Babbel. Babbel.com/allies for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. And if you're a patron of Easy Allies, thank you. Don, are you ready for this shocking lighting cue?
All I need to do is press my finger down so lightly and then watch what happens.
That's good. Gird your loins, Damiani. It's time for Stray News.
Oh.
There were so many damn stories about Stray that I'm making a segment out of it.
Okay.
Stray News.
Okay.
All right. Go normal now. Thank you, Don. That was beautiful. We did it. We're such a good team. Don, you're beautiful. Look at that face. Show your face. Look at it.
That was the last time.
That was the last time?
No more. Last time for the episode.
Remember that face? Viewers at home, it was beautiful.
Remember that mug.
Never see it again.
Censor it.
Mosaic blur. Unblur your face. All right. Stray News. This is kind of like a mini also this week because there's just so much. And then one thing we'll focus on, but I'm going to make a little game out of one of them. But, okay, the PlayStation Store went down for a while in some regions, so some people couldn't download Stray. Mm-hmm. Europeans could use a PS Plus trial to get Stray for free. Cats watching people play Stray has become a huge trend, with people posting so many videos that a Twitter account was started to collect all of the videos of cats watching people play Stray.
I was very quickly directed to that.
I had a feeling.
I was like, thank you for these. These are great.
I looked at a few myself, and it was lovely. Stray was Annapurna's biggest PC launch to date, and Stray smashed Annapurna's record for concurrent players by a shocking degree. I actually have their other high performers.
Okay.
And I have them in chronological order here. Do you feel like guessing numbers, or should I just tell you?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So number one was Journey.
Oh.
Highest concurrent player number, 1,757.
That was it?
Yeah, which
Is
seems
this for
impossible.
PC
This, I
or-
think, is just Steam.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Neon White, 3,277. Outer Wilds, my baby girl, 7,937. 36, sorry. 12 minutes, 8,021.
All right, so we're in 8,000 territory.
Okay, and just ballpark where you think Stray was.
I think I know this.
You
I think
know
it's
this?
I think so.
Well, keep your damn mouth
Okay.
shut for a second.
All right.
What do you think?
I guess increased by a factor of 10.
Oh, which would be what? 80,000?
80,000?
Not far off. What is yours?
Oh, I thought it was like 50 something, but
All right.
maybe low.
Split the difference. 62,963.
There we go.
Yeah. Good.
Over 8,000 from 12 minutes. Cats. The power of cats, Damiani.
Yeah. Just can I get more games like this?
Right?
Just like can every game just store like the next game just like we were saying like just needs to be called Strays with like cats and dogs. So the best of both worlds.
Co-op. One dog,
and
one cat
co-op.
player.
So you have
James
the cat
Cameron
person and the dog person play.
Oh, I'd
You're
be so
teaming up.
in.
Because this game, I think where this game could go in the
then you
future.
fight at the
co-op.
end.
No, it's not
For
that.
drama.
Co-op would be the next place to go with this.
Nobody wants that, bro.
I want that.
Nobody wants that.
That'd be sick.
Oh.
Who wins? Cat versus dog.
It's a co-op game the whole time, and then at the end you have
You know
to
what?
kill one of the
It's not the
others.
first game to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
No, don't spoil it.
I won't
for
spoil
them.
it, but
Tell me later.
yeah.
I'm thinking of Brothers Two Sons, which does not do
Yeah,
that, but it does like cool
I know what
things.
Brothers does.
Resident Evil 5.
Just
Oh,
make it like-
really?
No.
Oh, I was like, what? Really?
No.
Just gotta make it like Homeward
Chris
Bound.
lives. Homeward Bound, Milo and Otis.
You're going across like a country. You just like have to like brave the wilds and stuff as like domesticated
Oh my god!
pets. Yeah.
Ticket out of the city into the wilderness. I haven't
Yeah.
played Stray yet. My girlfriend just downloaded it though. I just got the notification before we went live. Stray is ready to play on your PlayStation 5. I'm like, oh, is it?
We could go really artsy and just like make like an Animal Farm game.
Like George Orwell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Are we talking Animal Crossing or Animal Farm?
No. The book.
You got a Butterball like Trotsky analog? Sure, why not?
the warped Animal Crossing. Yeah.
Yeah, just dealing with Marxism. Sure, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Sure.
lift up the working class with animals.
Oh, they could do. Well, I wouldn't like. You know what? As time has gone on, American Tail. I
Sure.
get sadder at that movie because the cats are
It's
the bad
devastating.
guys, but one of the cats is a good guy.
well, because they're like mice, aren't
Yeah,
they?
because all of the main characters
Yeah.
are mice. So
Laws
they
of
make all
nature.
the-
Age-old prejudices.
Yeah, rules
of
They
nature,
die
man.
hard, these cats and mice.
I know.
Anyway, I was thrilled about all this Stray.
Cool. Yeah.
Pretty good stuff, right, Damiani?
They need. I can't wait. They absolutely have to have an update that has like photo mode.
There's no photo mode?
There's not a.
This
built-in
game seems
photo
so
mode.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could they not have done that?
I think they know what they're doing. I think they're waiting to add it in. I think that-
Inject a little more juice into it later on. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they know what they're doing. Also, it was a little interesting. It's like on the review to see a lot of comments asking or showing disappointment that you can't change the breed of the cat. Like they thought, like they
Oh.
wanted like some kind of like cat creator, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, it from their marketing, it was based on a stray that they adopted, so it looks just pretty close to the actual cat. So I'm like, well, I mean, it's a personal project, so I mean, they probably wanted you to play as that cat, but I guess I can understand.
It's a love letter to that.
Yeah.
But I could see players wanting it to make look
Yeah,
like their
because
own
they wanted
cat.
to look like their
Yeah.
own cat for sure. And I mean, they do have
Make your own
other
cat game.
beginning.
Then you can
yeah,
do it.
Yeah, it's like do what you want. I mean, you can get a different colored backpack, but that's about it.
Maybe they'll add that. I would love that, Damiani, a long-haired white, just bright white with super fluffy long hair, and it could get all muddy and like weathered as you go along. Like your coat would
Dang,
like,
no, I
soak
just
up
thought about
the
this, yeah.
environmental kind of things.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there were lots of opportunities to mess around with things in the game, and I think they could push that even a little bit further.
Like knocking things off of desk, you mean,
for
or what?
example, yeah, there's stuff you knock over, but like there's things you can pick up and move around, but those are more limited. And I think they could do a little bit like more with that potentially, because what they do is they have a companion with you, and they can just digitize items, like you set of keys, need a set of keys to open something.
Oh, it's like a little
so now the
batteries not
cat
included.
it's like it's literally that.
Okay.
Versus at the beginning, like one of the things you do is you carry the pail. I told you about this on Frame Trap, Brad, like carrying a pail around physically and then like kind of like
Stanley
dropping
Parable.
it into a fan to stop it so that you can move safely through the vents. And
Love
it's
that.
like, oh, but then later on they have you do something else as well, and it's like, oh, well, I mean, you could have done more fun stuff like that. Also, like, I don't think that you don't eat in the game. There's no eating, so you can drink up water from puddles and some water bowls that, not really water bowls, just like rain catching pails. But I think
I
it'd be
could
kind
see
of
why they'd want to avoid that though, because like if you're a cat out in the wild, probably your primary source of food would be like mice and stuff.
I
They
thought
probably didn't
like,
want to
what the
show that.
inhabitants would. I mean, I guess they don't have organic food, or should I
Yeah,
forget?
why would they
I'm
have
forgetting.
it?
I'm blanking. But actually, I mean, that's something you can do in the future. It's like, feed the cat. Actually, like
cute.
give it like.
I haven't played it,
kibble
but it'd
or
be
something.
cute if like a robot tried to feed it, but it was like a bowl of oil or like nuts and
Oh,
bolts or
this is
something, and
like-
then the cat was like,
Yeah.
I don't eat that.
Yeah, absolutely. Need more things for cats to destroy in the game, though. Little disappointed in the level of destruction. You can knock over lots of bottle stuff, but they don't like necessarily break. They just like fall over. So like, I need more like chaos and mayhem.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they should go so far as to like let your cat be like chaotic, like, and it's just like chaotic evil, or you could have it be like.
You
lean
pick your
towards
alignment.
good. Yes, exactly.
Straight
Paragon
straight-
or Renegade.
Right, yeah,
I think
Get
so.
like a scar if you're
yeah.
bad.
Your eyes start to glow red.
Yeah, grow horns
Well,
like Fable.
in James Cameron's Strays with a $ for an S, they'll do that. You'll have a intricate cat creation system, and you'll pick your alignment on a D&D chart. Also, there's a new D&D movie trailer out today, apparently, that I have not yet seen.
Oh, yeah. They announced something at Comic-Con.
Oh.
So you can't chew things up in Stray at all, can you?
No, you
chew
can only
anything? No.
scratch up things, but like it's not permanent scratch marks. It like stays there for a bit, but as soon as you leave and come back to the room, it's back to normal. Plus the whole environment's already kind of like run down, ragged looking, so it doesn't like shows up like briefly, like when you scratch like a
It's a
couch.
sneeze and a hurricane, yeah.
Yeah. or
I brought
scratch
it.
a
I
carpet.
brought it up before, Damiani, but I don't know if I got your response on it. A hairball mechanic, barfing up a hairball. Would this be satisfying to you? I would love
like,
that. I think it would
I
go a
mean,
long
I don't know
way.
if it'd be satisfying, Don, because that's like
would be.
that's like a automatic like what do you call it, like response trigger for me, where like I hear that noise, I immediately like leap up to like 'cause
Yes.
I'm expecting to like help my cat.
I immediately
Doesn't matter
get a
how
piece
deep
of
of
any
sleep I can be
kind
in.
of.
I hear that noise, it wakes me up, and I like immediately just like, where are you? Where are you? Gotta like help you, or like if you're on the bed, like let me gently put you off the bed so you don't like throw up all over the bed. It's like, please.
I always try to not move. I go quickly to the cat, but I quickly try to slip something exactly under where it's going to vomit without spooking it, because I don't try to pick it up or anything, because then it goes into some weird corner and starts barfing, makes the cleanup even harder. So I just try to approach it quickly but calmly, slip something underneath its mouth. I think it'd be cool if it had some mechanic, because sometimes the cat is like. For a long time, it'd be sick if you just had to like rotate the right
The analog stick?
the analog stick, and like so you could do like
Dude, the touchpad.
Work
you
the
could do like
Alright.
a little
hairball
bit,
up?
but then really work it out if you spin it fast enough. Just an idea. I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I'm learning about Damiani versus Don's parenting styles too. Like Damiani's a
Yeah.
helicopter parent. Don like lets them kind of work it out themselves.
Is there catnip in the game?
no,
Oh, do you ever go like get all drugged up on catnip?
no, they don't. They don't
Sequel
have
ideas.
that.
See, yeah.
Yeah, they
Strays.
don't have. Yeah.
Gotta have like that scarecrow section from Batman.
Oh, that would be so sick,
Just for
Brad.
cat now.
And you could be like, you
Yeah.
could eat a bunch of catnip, then you could be like climbing on the ceiling.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Like, you have like a tripped out dream. Like you see
The
like
buildings
yeah.
start looking like dog teeth.
You
and
see the
stuff.
dogs playing
Yeah.
poker at a table.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Man,
Sequel ideas.
damn Annapurna always gets almost
We can
to it,
consult for you.
They almost miss the mark by just
Yeah.
a little.
You see, they're actually selling the
cat backpack?
backpack, so you can put your
Cat backpack?
cat.
That's funny. That's good
If your
marketing.
cat will allow you
Cat
to do
pack?
that.
Cat
and
pack?
then there's
Back cat?
a backpack you can wear where your cat can go in it when you travel.
Oh right.
Now, your cat has to be a very special type of temperament to deal with that and not
Yeah.
freak the hell out. So
I always wonder if dogs and cats in backpacks enjoy that. Because you see some dogs in
Well-
like a carrier that they're just like, they seem chill
They're
as
just
hell.
chilling. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the social media photo they put out, the cat looks chill as hell. Like it's not even sealed. Like its head's popped out of the backpack while they're walking in the middle of the city, and it's like, what awesome cat. I was like, I have yet to encounter a cat that would do that instead of like just like curl in there and not being happy about
Very
it.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Cats.
Yeah.
Stray. That's the end of the Stray block.
All right.
How do you feel about? Are you okay?
Need
if we
more
move on to
meows
meow.
from like meow button. That was like
Yeah.
so good. There wasn't a purr button, but there's a meow button. So.
But there are places you can nap. You're saying
Yeah,
that they'll
there's
purr?
like if you nap, it'll purr. The cat will purr. Also, I noticed during like some loading screens, it does like the purring too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I imagine I'll see some of this game tonight when Sophia's playing it.
Oh yeah. Not that long.
Okay. Maybe
I'm
she'll
actually
be right
kind
at
of
the end of
curious,
it.
Isla, because I feel like aside from the cat element, I feel like maybe the world and the narrative elements might be more interesting to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't dislike cats. I'm just so allergic to them that I've never really taken an interest. But I'm interested in this game, kind of. I don't know. I love
If
Outer
you love
Wilds.
robots, it's a pretty.
I do like
It's
robots.
a robot story as well. So very.
A robot story.
Yeah, a robot story.
I'll try to do a robot block next time. All right. Next story is Wildflower Interactive, a new game studio led by Bruce Straley, who worked on The Last of Us and Uncharted, and a team of industry vets that worked on a variety of high-profile games such as Pathless, Abzu, Kenna, Astroneer, Call of Duty, and other stuff. They have a cute little video where they said that they have an exciting partner to help them and that they're hiring. And their little quote, which was nice, said, "Good people making good stuff. It seems so simple and obvious, but that's really what it's all about. Let's enjoy our work and appreciate the people we get to work with, and let's try to advance our industry in the process. Starting something new means we can change the way things are done with the games we make, the culture we grow, and the processes we use for both. We are making small-ish, creatively charged, uniquely stylized games that explore the possibilities of our medium. And we're building a small, open-hearted team of creators that want to improve their skills and still lead a good life outside of work. People that want to hone their craft, have a say in the process, feel respected for their contributions, and be part of the evolution of this awesome medium." He had retired. Bruce had retired for a while and then said that he just kept having these game ideas knocking around in his head and wanted to start up a company. What do you think?
Well, he worked on two humongous games, Uncharted 4, and I don't remember if he was co-director on that, but he was co-director on Last of Us. And I think probably just the AAA machine of making games maybe just burnt him out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I need a break. Like, because no doubt doing that stuff's very demanding for
Naughty
so
Dog
many
is
years.
Not a low pressure company.
Yeah, not
I
a low
imagine.
pressure job or anything like that. So I totally understand. Like, wanting to step away from that and just make smaller games probably seems a lot more exciting to them, you know? I think about if a studio, like a big AAA studio, has a big game and they're also working on a smaller game, I can imagine a lot of the people being like, I want to work on that smaller game.
Yeah.
Just maybe it's more exciting for them. So, I mean, I'm glad they're back. It sounds awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony's going to help them with that since he has a relationship with them already.
Yeah,
or
they
had
just said
been.
exciting partner in the video, but
Right.
Sony is a very good guess, I think, for that.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what it's going to be. I wonder if it'll be a live service game
I wonder.
since they're doing a lot of those right now, but
Yeah, it's funny because they say
Yeah.
smallish,
Smallish.
creatively charged,
Whatever that
uniquely
means.
stylized games. And the way he talked about it is, it sounded like they had ideas for, but I feel like every dev says this, where it's like, we had a new idea that had never been done before, and then
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
you use the stick
Yeah.
slightly differently, or
Yeah, totally.
Sometimes they're right and they
Yeah.
totally revolutionize everything. So who knows?
hard to say. I assume this game is very far away.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Seems like they're kind of hiring up and
Yeah.
Blood was one of those posts that are meant to just recruit.
Yeah.
Recruiting
Just
posts,
get
yeah,
the
for sure.
We have
out there.
Platinum mentioned they're hiring
Everyone's
up. These
hiring,
guys are
yeah.
mentioning they're hiring up. We have one in the also this week that's hiring up. Everybody's hiring
Everyone's
up.
hiring, yeah. If you're in the game industry, it could be a good time, I guess.
Yeah.
Lots of opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see it. It's hard to speculate so much on it because there's nothing there yet. But
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, good messaging so far too. I mean,
Yeah.
whether say it comes into practice, but like
Yeah.
having that type of like corporate culture that they're trying to promote sounds a little bit better, or at least they're like being a little bit more transparent up front about, what they want people to get out of it. Like the last thing sticks out the most to me, but the thing about like work-life balance at the end about
Yeah.
like
Yes.
not putting in too many hours and still making a game. So it's like you totally can probably still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. These things, like, you're reading the press release, and everything that's being said is like saying all the things. It's like jazz, It's the notes they're not playing that are really kind of interesting. Where it's just like, how far do you read into this? Like, how crappy were things before for you? Like,
Oh, sure. I'm sure. It's
your
just,
work-life balance was that bad, huh?
I'm
Like,
sure
okay.
there's AAA gaming dude back then, especially back then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
But
crunch.
yeah. But yeah.
CRUNCH.
Crunch.
Yep. So they will also be making a cat game.
They'll also be making a cat meta.
They just saw it and they're like, damn it.
Dude, I really it'd be the greatest thing if like cat like simulator became like a new hot genre.
The new hot genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got out of that
With
hairball
robots.
button.
Yeah, with robots.
Cat Simulator, a robot story.
Yeah, so it'd be a live service game.
Yeah.
That's where
Charge
you buy new cats.
cat skins.
Yeah, that's like
Collars.
I
Cat
can't-
skin sounds
that
a little weird.
First patch notes when they talk
You
about
made it weird.
True. I'm sorry.
those first patch notes when they talk about the fur balls and being able to like
Yeah.
do that.
The
Don.
fur ball update?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fur
Don
ball
Casanova's
update.
Furball update.
Furball mechanics. Hairball mechanics.
Hairball.
Sorry, hairball.
Wouldn't they
Hairball.
technically be... Well, are they their own
Furball is
fur?
what you call a cat. Like this is a nickname. Hairball is the thing they actually throw up.
Expel.
But cats have fur.
Yeah, well, the
Is
thing
it,
a ball of fur.
is it
so
human hair?
hairball is like when they groom themselves and it accumulates too much and
Right.
they can't handle it.
But that's fur.
yeah. I mean, I guess you could
I've
describe
never
it
thought
that.
of this.
I mean, it probably is a more scientific and medical term that I don't know either. But like, I think you don't like furball. I feel like is more like term of endearment, whereas like hairball, you don't call like a cat a hairball.
For sure.
Trichobazor?
Wait, what?
That's the medical scientific term to describe a hairball.
I thought you said like Bazor, like.
Trick means hair, and Bazoar or Bazor
Trickle basil.
is a
Like
foreign material that
Trichobazor.
obstructs the stomach or intestines. Trichobazor, Bezoar, Trichobazor,
Trickle basil.
or
That's gonna be on Mysterious
Rapunzel
Monsters.
syndrome.
Rapunzel syndrome.
What? This
What?
is a human
Lots of
thing.
hair. This is
Trichobazor's in cats. Yeah,
this is
that's,
nonsense.
that's the medical term.
Well, I know.
for-
Was it starts with the T? The thing where they like eat plastic, chew on plastic, or chew on things that
Oh.
are not edible.
yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tryptophobia is the fear of
No,
like
that's
pores.
that's something different. Yeah.
Trichomania is when you pull your hair.
Hmm.
I think. Maybe I got those wrong. I don't know. Don't bother. All right. Also this week we got a buttload of these. The Bungie acquisition by PlayStation officially closed. That happened. CyberConnect 2. Stop me if you care about any of these. CyberConnect 2 is making a sequel to Fuga. More is coming on the 28th, which is the date of next week's podcast recording.
Okay.
Steam Deck hit over 4,000 titles marked verified or playable, which is
Oh,
very exciting
cool.
for
Good.
yours truly. The Collector's Edition, I'm sorry to report, pre-orders for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collector's Edition have been delayed due to unforeseen
Oh.
logistical challenges.
Yeah. I don't.
You hate
Yep.
to see that.
Apparently, they tried to do second round of pre-orders, and the same thing that and then in America, and the same thing that happened the first time happened again.
What?
Like overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
The website got overwhelmed.
They exploded
by
the
traffic.
website.
Xenoblade fans, man.
They are underestimating that game. Also, copies are out in the wild.
Yep.
Add those muted terms to your Twitter and YouTube filters immediately. Yeah, it's out there. Be careful.
Yeah.
Do you think
10 days away?
Do you think a
It's loose.
server room sounds different the instant one of these pre-orders goes live?
A what?
A
A
server
server
room?
room?
Like, do the fans on all the servers like go crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're
like,
cool.
Like the
differently
alert
than
was
that.
sounded. The beacons were
Yeah,
lit.
yeah.
It's
The
like,
beacons are- Gondor calls for more
Yeah.
server space.
Help me.
oh man.
We need more RAM. Gondor calls for RAM. Dragon Quest Treasure Treasures, whatever.
Treasures, I think?
Treasure.
That's not a mobile game.
No.
There's a big-ass
Switch game, close
website.
enough.
I almost,
I didn't say it.
I did.
I didn't
Gladly.
say it. I didn't say it.
Gladly.
I almost made this one of our headlines, but then I realized we would just be like reiterating an entire story synopsis
I'll
from
play
a
it.
website. So just go look it up. They have a big
It's all right.
website with a whole bunch of stories.
It's
stuff
okay.
on it.
It's
We-
like
we-
monsters kind of. You like
know
recruit
people-
monsters.
Yeah, it
and
looks
find
kind
treasure.
of cool.
There are people will be excited for it, but we know you all are really just waiting for us to cover Dragon Quest 12. It's okay.
I'm desperate to cover that game.
That's literally what everyone's really waiting for is just Dragon Quest 12.
Everyone is
So
waiting for Dragon Quest 12.
Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Deadline reports that Grounded is the latest video game that is being adapted to a TV series.
Why?
The Xbox video game. Because of
Honey, I Shrunk the
Honey, I
Kids.
Shrunk the
Because
Kids and
the-
Bugs Life Man.
It is-
Dude, I hope Rick Moranis is in
A
it.
game
If Rick Moranis is in it, dude.
as a cameo, like they
Yeah, like the dad?
Well, it'd be hard to get
Same
him.
role.
Same guy. Same guy.
He's retired right from acting, so he
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
do it.
he was until he was in that damn Mint Mobile Ryan Reynolds commercial.
Could they just like refer to it as like the Zelensky incident or something? Like, and it's like
Because it's sciencey crap
yeah,
that
they
makes
go like
them small
go
and grounded.
research it. It'd just be like what they do in like every like reboot after 30 years where they bring in a new cast. It's like, oh, we gotta go back and look at the old stuff through like archive footage or something or archives. And,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh.
we'll see it.
Does Disney own that though?
I mean,
Well, it's being adapted by Star Wars Clone Wars writer Brent Friedman,
huh.
but it's an Xbox video game.
Yeah.
Obsidian made it, so Xbox.
No,
owns
I meant the
game,
Honey, I
but-
Shrunk the Kids.
Yes,
property.
Disney owns Honey, I
Yeah.
Shrunk the
Ooh,
Kids. It's
gotta go through the
Touchstone, I think.
mouse.
I think it was
But, like,
Touchstone.
would they call it? Would they go with the term grounded? Like, would you ever see like Disney like greenlighting like association with this and calling it grounded rather than Honey I Shrunk whatever? Because maybe that phrase isn't like they'd rather go with something better for marketing purpose. You think there's someone internally at Disney's like,
I mean,
this is perfect.
who's to say?
Yeah.
I think Xbox and
What would you
Disney probably have a
prefer?
good.
Would you want like a new one to be?
I
the
would
movie could be
love-
called Honey I something, or do you think?
I think
you'd
calling
rather-
it Grounded would be fine, and then I would love
Honey
an
I Grounded
Easter
the
egg.
Kids.
Honey, I Grounded the Kids. And she's like, what'd they do?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
they do.
No. I made them very small.
Yeah.
Why did you phrase it like that? I'm trying to remember his name.
Marketing reasons.
Marketing reasons.
Marketing
because
reasons,
Disney,
honey.
sweetheart. What's Zelensky's first name in that movie?
Wayne.
Wayne Zelensky, dude. You just had that.
Yeah.
Damn.
If it's from the 90s, Domani knows
Dude,
it.
did you ever
Well,
do Honey, I
it-
Shrunk
it-
the Audience
is
at
it?
Disney World?
Yeah.
I
I think
loved
they had
that.
it here,
I
too.
loved that. Oh, did they?
Did you not
After
know?
Captain
Did I
Nemo.
not give you? I swear I've told this story before.
Tell it again.
Maybe you weren't here for this story.
I'm not here.
Very
for
Story
embarrassing.
time.
It also shows like how bad of a perception of reality I have. Like very like
This is in my wheelhouse, dummy.
yeah.
honey.
So
I
this
got
is
no
like another
perception
reason
of
why I'm
reality.
like so strange and weird. So as a kid, we went to this.
You're a beautiful human being. What are you talking about?
You're a freak.
So we went to this. We did Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Okay.
And I was selected to be on the B or whatever. To,
Oh my
like, do
God,
the
really?
thing.
That's great.
And the character actor was acting like the director. As me as a kid, I think he's really the director of the
Yeah.
next Honey, I Shrunk the Kids film. So after I get back home from Disney to
Oh,
my school, I tell everyone I'm going to be in the next Honey, I Shrunk the Kids film. And there was literally a parent who, like, their kid was told this. They went and bought when Honey, I Blew Up the Kid came out. They're
Yeah.
like, which one's your son or whatever? And, like, my parents like, what? He's not in that.
You might have been.
And then my parents got mad at me for like, why did you tell everyone this? I was like, because we were on the ride. They're like, you knew the difference. Like, no, I didn't know the difference.
It was very convincing as a child. Yeah. That is so sweet.
There you go. I swear I told it before.
Sweet,
but-
gullible Damiani.
There you go.
You little liar.
Yep.
I love it. John Romero, another team gearing up, has announced that their team has partnered with a, quote, major publisher to develop an all-new FPS with a fresh IP, and they're hiring up. John Romero, of course, Wolfenstein 3D, Hexen, Doom, Doom 2, and Quake, among others. A legend in the industry. Daisy and Shy Guy are coming to Mario Strikers Battle League, along with another arena or two, I think.
Yo. Just want to say, still not happy with Nintendo and their lack of content at
Yeah.
launch with these sports
Naughty
games.
Nintendo.
And doing like, not everyone wants a slow trickle of updates. They want to get it that month. They want to play it content complete and move on. I don't know what Nintendo's been doing. Like it's all like
Well, Nintendo does-
Switch Sports adding
yeah.
new sports. Like after it's like like slowly, it's like, why wasn't it all in
Well,
there?
but they
day
do it
one?
in such a weird way because
Yeah.
it's not like a service
Yeah.
like other places where
Yeah.
they're like monthly updates and we're ongoing. Nintendo's like a lackluster release with not enough things in it, and then like one major update, and then they literally say, "We're done. We're never updating this again," and everyone's like, "Okay, then."
It's so ambiguous. They're like,
Yeah.
it could come out between these dates or this time frame, and everyone else who has like a content
Still
schedule,
waiting
like,
for that Mario Kart
look,
DLC.
I mean,
More of it.
yeah, like the Mario Kart DLC, but you see other companies that put out like their like Sunbreak when they just did their thing last month for with Capcom. They showed the next year and they showed the windows of when you're getting all
Right.
those updates. Like, yeah, that's a game as like
Right.
a game they're updating, but like Nintendo can't even do that. they don't want to do that. It's like so frustrating, and it would be a little bit more easy to swallow if the base game was just so much
Right.
Yeah.
better with,
Right.
like in terms of
Packed
like more
rich.
to do.
If it didn't feel like 60% of a game,
And they still charge full price.
yeah. Nintendo gonna Nintendo. WWE 2K22's The Whole Damn Pack is out now. The fifth and final DLC pack is headlined by pop culture icon Machine Gun Kelly, social media megastar Logan Paul, and high-flying, hard-hitting WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam.
Oh shit.
Also
He
included
responds.
in the pack are LA Knight, Jia Li, I'm not sure how to say that, Commander Aziz, and Saray.
Okay.
I don't know who any of those people are, except for, I guess, the first two,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora will now release in 2023 to 24.
Yo, living up to that James Cameron
Yeah,
pedigree right there.
yeah,
Let's go.
Don,
line.
Got to make them wait in
Don,
anticipation.
are you okay? Are you
This
all
is
right?
actual devastating news. I think I used a crying emoji in response to this posting. That's how serious it is. I'm really broken up. No, it's a devastating thing because when a movie comes out and you know they've got a parallel game production, you want to be
Right.
able to play. You really want to be able to play the game. I want to play the game for at least a week leading up to the release of the movie to just really get in the mood. And a couple months after, we're going to be hoping. I mean, I'm going to have to have seen this movie 6 times by the time this game comes out, I think. I don't know what it's. How do I afford this?
But then don't you think you'll appreciate parts of the game more because you're so intimately familiar with the movie?
Past experience, it helps if the game comes out before the movie. I don't know. Just a
So
So you
little
don't
bit.
feel the games spoil the movie, but the movies spoil the games.
A little bit.
Don, what if James Cameron personally requested for some changes? It's like at the behest of James Cameron for improvements. How
the
would that
game.
make you feel to learn if that was the truth?
I would hope he would delay the movie as well. I think it'd be worth. I think if that was the case, then he sees the big picture and he'd push the movie back to simultaneous release at least.
Don, but what about this? Think of it this way. Like, what if it's like, what was it? Enter the Matrix or whatever, where it's
Yeah.
like, it's an interstitial. Right,
In
where
between the
you
movies?
meet Nairobi in the game, right? And then you know more in the movie once you've played the game. Maybe this bridges the gap between Avatars 2 and 3, Don. And
That's
it's the
true.
stopgap. It's the salve on the wound of waiting for 3.
If that's the case, that could be pretty exciting, actually. I'd be very excited, but I still would want it to be out closer to the release date of the movie.
What if they delay it till right before Avatar 3?
Right.
That would be better.
Okay.
Actually, I'd prefer it to be that. Can you imagine? I'd rather wait a couple more years. Hey, we've been waiting.
Don,
this
I can
long,
imagine it.
What's a
Don.
few
Don,
more years?
I can imagine just about anything when it comes to you.
By the way, Don, I did think of you a little bit earlier today when I saw a Comic-Con press release for
Yes.
a new Jurassic Park toy.
What's going on with Comic-Con, Damiani? This thing is good again.
There's
huh?
a-
I
they're
want to
popping
go
off
this
this
year.
year.
There's a Comic-Con exclusive toy. It's the T-Rex at the paddock at the fence. And there's a person in the Jeep. Like, I think it's like I don't know if it's which of the characters it is. I couldn't see it clearly enough. But I immediately thought, Don, this
Sphere
we
Hunter
have to
posted a
get you
picture
this.
of a Silent Hill 3 statue that looked pretty damn good, too.
There's
I'm
a
not
lot
about
of stuff.
collection stuff, but
Yeah,
that
it's
looked
all
pretty
very
good.
expensive, though. Very,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like $800. I was like,
Very
"Ugh."
pricey. Hey, it's okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't write this down, but
Yeah.
the $13,000
$13,000.
only
Final
$4
Fantasy
shipping.
Magitech.
Only
Final
$4
Fantasy VI.
shipping.
Yeah. Final
Magitech,
Fantasy
yeah.
With Tarot.
Only $4 shipping.
Best replies I saw is for $13,000. Sakaguchi himself better hand deliver that to you.
I don't
Show up at
understand
your
the
door to
criticism of
deliver.
this statue. I mean, the price tag does not seem outrageous to me.
It is.
I mean, it's
huge.
large.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, in
It's
the
like this
background
big,
of one of
right?
the shots, you see like Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist, like his full, like metal like life-size suit, and this thing is like still like
Yeah.
Oh, it's even
massive.
bigger than that?
I mean, it's
No.
on a thing, but like it's going higher than that in its
It's-
case.
yeah.
So like, think of how big that thing is. Probably like 10 feet tall for like Alphonse. That thing's like half the size of that. It's like,
How many are there and who buys them?
I mean, I want to know who was the first person to pre-order this. I'd love an interview with that person to like talk about like, you know, what it was like when they get it, like, and maybe
Yeah.
like doing like a nice video.
There'll be an
about
unboxing
it.
video.
You know what?
Get ready.
Influencers are gonna buy it just for that video.
I mean, they'll
Yeah.
probably
The
get
big-
sent it, but like,
No
I'm
one is
picturing-
being sent this.
Yeah.
I
To loan,
guarantee.
a loaner.
Yeah, no one is being sent a $13,000
Yeah, it's a lot.
statue, except for like the one they probably gave to like I think either Amano or Sakaguchi. They'll probably give
Yeah.
them each
You
one.
got to give one to
You gotta
both.
give
Gotta
them
get
one.
one of those. Dude.
Absolutely.
I picture like some like reclusive billionaire business person
Mm-hmm.
who like loves video games but is too busy to ever play them, and they just remember 6 fondly
Yeah.
and buy that
You know what?
buy this and like look at it, and then they show their like despondent teenage kid and they're like, look, this is from my favorite game, and they're like, shut up, Dad,
That game's old, Dad.
that game's old, why'd you buy that?
Mm-hmm.
God, you're so weird. Where are the keys to the Maserati, you jerk?
Do you think
That's what my childhood was like.
Do you think Nomura and Katase get one?
No, they're gonna wait for the 7 like weapon statue. It's like $20,000. Have you seen? Did you see though?
Yes.
The Cloud dress
Okay.
figure.
That. Oh
is
yeah.
amazing.
That
Wait,
one's
in the
cool.
dress?
They
Yeah, it's
made
in the
it.
dress.
They made it
That's a player
official,
figure,
like
too.
$150.
The blue dress?
Yes.
Yes.
150 is not bad.
2 versions, like static pose and then Figma Arts ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spend that much money, but I want it so badly.
Damiani, let's
They also
buy it.
gave-
Ah!
Yeah, look at that. Then they have Tifa and Aerith in their dresses.
$200
as well.
bucks is doable. 13,000 is absurd.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend $200.
I want
either.
the.
200 is still ridiculous.
Did you see
but-
the one with the NFT though?
Oh, he looks
Oh,
so good.
no.
The classic one, it looks really sick. The PS1
This
version,
is-
it looks really sick,
They're
but I don't
doing
want the
NFT? What?
It's a statue. It's the classic pharmacy, like the original Cloud, like design. Like he looks more anime, but it has like an NFT with it or something. It's like I don't want that. I just like the
fuck that.
statue.
There's a story I saw on Twitter. It said like we will not the versions they secured some. They're not including NFT like to help you.
Oh,
like,
shit,
they're
dude.
doing it on purpose. Like so, like hey, if you want to feel like you're conscious clean about not supporting NFTs, you could buy this version. I'm like, good on you. Like that's
I want
awesome.
that statue sick.
Also, I mean, bad news. Square Enix announced who they invested in, that like Lightning blockchain group or whatever. Like, screw that.
Oh boy.
They've
You-
got Aerith and Tifa in their
Yeah.
dresses too.
Yeah,
I know.
they have all of them. Yeah.
That,
Although
that's-
weirdly the joints look really freaky and
yeah, those are the Figma
There's
ones.
the-
The static pose ones always look better to me. It's
Yeah.
only one pose, but like they just look better, honestly, for display purposes.
Yeah, they have the Jessie. They have Jessie too, and like
Yeah.
the bike. They have like
Really?
everybody. Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Got
care about
Roche,
figures, but
baby.
But
these are-
you
these are
know
pretty
they're
cool.
gonna make like whether in Rebirth or further, it'll be past Rebirth probably. The weapons, you know, you're getting that like
Those are huge.
diamond, like emerald weapon will be $25,000.
You couldn't even like the characters would be like that
Like
tall.
this big, yeah. I mean, if it's to scale,
It's like
behind
made out,
you.
it's gonna be made of emerald, and then there'll be diamond weapon
And a diamond one? Yeah.
they'll be made
And a
out
ruby
of the,
one?
Yeah, the precious stones.
costs
Yeah,
like $14 million. The diamond one,
yeah.
I want
the size of a car.
I want play arts figures of all the knights from Knights of the Round.
Dude.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, on a platform and it like lights up and does
Yes.
like the animations and
Yes.
stuff. Okay.
And it has a motion sensor that'll play the audio of the entire animation, and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
So it's like a 57
through it,
second
yeah.
thing that you just have to hear every time you walk by it. This wasn't even on the list for the also this week.
Well, now
We're
it
off
is.
the rails here
Yeah,
with these
we're off the
figures.
rails.
Blood put this in the news channel, and I don't really understand any of
All
it.
right,
But
Blood.
the World Baseball Softball Confederation (WBSC) and Konami Digital Entertainment today announced the signing of a memorandum of understanding, an MOU, to develop and create a new baseball video game and new esport international competition. The new WBSC Konami video game will allow the global baseball community, national federations, and gamers worldwide to participate in a potential newly/jointly created BSC Esport International Baseball Competition.
Yeah.
A Metal Gear 6 will make more money than any of this will ever make.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had that
oh, no,
soccer
sports
game.
makes money, dude.
They had that soccer
No,
game. I
not-
forgot what it was
not
called.
this.
Free to play one.
Yeah, not not Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah.
Jeez, trying to like get our name. Winning 11 was
PES,
another
yeah,
one.
winning 11, yeah.
Yeah. I think this is another Comic-Con announcement because there was something about Konami Esports being down at Comic-Con
really?
or something.
Very
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Call of Duty's Warzone and Vanguard are about to be swarmed by zombies and overrun by machines in
Right.
Mercenaries of Fortune, a mid-season update launching on July 27th, including models T-800 and T-1000 Terminators via operator bundles.
Is it Arnold on there?
James Cameron.
It's actually Arnold.
Yep,
Yeah.
Terminator.
Cool.
Well,
They have-
I mean, it looks like...
They
I don't
have
know, whatever,
Terminator
kinda like-
stuff in Fortnite, but not Arnold.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like the
it
Arnold
looks
skin.
like... Yeah, it looks like him. I don't know. Maybe it's like
have, like,
just
Sarah
kind of a
Connor
look-alike. I didn't look at it that
And
closely.
the T800, whatever it's called.
We got the Spider-Man PC specs. I wrote them down. You want to know what they are? Or should I just skip it?
Like requirements? Or is
Minimum?
like the... Oh.
You just need a 950 or equivalent. Maximum ultimate ray tracing, you need a 3080 or equivalent, and an Intel i7 12700K or equivalent, and 32 Googie Fruits of RAM. It's out on August 12th.
Nice. That game's
You
probably
can
going to sell
pre-order
real
it.
well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Discord support is finally coming to Xbox.
Nice.
That's good. Dragon Ball The Breakers is out October 14th. It's like a Dead by
Hell
Daylight
yeah,
type thing,
yeah.
I guess.
Asymmetrical multiplayer.
Yo,
Sounds pretty
getting
wild.
Big Dragon Ball news.
Oh, I
this
know.
week from Comic-Con. About,
Oh.
about future Dragon Ball.
What do you mean?
They're doing a Dragon Ball panel for the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I knew
rumor
the
is
movie's
that-
coming
the
out.
movie, but rumor is they're going to say something about the
Oh, a new show?
Yeah.
Oh. Keep
Like
it going.
The continuation of Super or whatever
yeah.
beyond it, yeah.
Interesting.
Don, I put this one in there for you. Oh, sorry.
Also, there's a Marvel panel.
I bet they need to stop
Aren't
announcing
they
Marvel
always
shit.
like-
We know too much.
Marvel panel.
There's a lot of good stuff at Comic-Con this year, Damiani. I'm telling you, it's the first time in like 3 or 4 years I really I got a hitchhike
They got-
down there.
I thought you were going.
DC showing up. Well, the game-wise, they've got jack shit there.
okay.
So.
Don't they have Street Fighter?
Same build as
Oh,
Summer
okay,
Games
same build.
Fest. So they have a panel though. They'll
Okay.
probably
That
now
Bill's
show a
old
character,
hat.
but yeah, Nintendo's booth is literally just the Bowser statue, the big 14-foot Lego one. So
Okay.
they have a booth there, and then across the street they have you play Mario Strikers or Switch Sports. Using that warp pipe system, remember E3, the warp pipe? You made reservations.
Oh.
They're making you do it. They're already like reserved out
For games
like,
that have been out for a
yeah,
while?
Yeah, like
and it's
2
already
months
got
old
like
game.
giant ass weights
Very
and stuff
cool.
for games that are already out. I was like, no thanks. And Blizzard's just a bunch of merch. Square Enix is
Yeah.
a bunch of merch
Yeah.
and mobile games.
Yeah, they have a lot of mobile games.
And they got so much coming out the rest of
They
this
ain't
year.
going to show like 16 there. or
No, like
anything.
Star Ocean and Valkyrie.
That's going to be hard to demo. Games like that, dude.
Do we have a date on Valkyrie Profile that re-release?
Isn't that also
It's in,
September or
yeah.
December?
I'm
Or-
excited for that.
There's so many
I think
things
it's the
coming
end
out.
of September
I'm excited for
or
that.
October. I think it's
Yeah.
September.
I
think
do like
only
the
one-
gas lamp
Elysium.
district of San Diego.
Yes.
That's a cute area.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comic-Con, very sweaty.
Yeah, everything's just,
Conventions.
yeah.
Remember
Sweaty.
conventions?
How contagious everything is, and I was like,
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
best not to go
BA2.
either. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I've lucked out so far, not getting it. I should probably stay away from there. Yeah,
I had it.
I was gonna
Same.
go if they had like Bayonetta 3 playable there.
Yeah.
like I would have gone, or like even like Star Ocean. Like they had like Bayonetta.
You would've
3
gone for
Nintendo,
Star Ocean?
Star Ocean, and like maybe like one of their fall games from Square Enix coming out.
Okay.
And like a newer build of Street Fighter 6 there.
Yeah.
And the Hail Mary was like maybe a like playable version of RE4, like maybe in like their
yeah.
suite or whatever, like up in the hotel room, like an appointment only.
Feels
type
too early
thing.
for that.
It's
coming out
not.
in
Yeah.
March.
It's-
No, I feel like Game Awards or something. We could do like a.
It's so.
I mean, they're
weird.
going to do a demo 100%,
Yeah.
but that
I
probably
think
won't
they're
be
gonna. I
till
bet you they'll
closer.
shadow drop a demo at Game Awards.
Okay.
They've done
And no,
demos
like,
for the last
like
3
Nintendo's
games.
been, like a good chance to have like Splatoon 3 playable.
Yeah.
Since that comes out in September, it's like it seems like a lot of missed opportunities there. But
Do you drive or take the train when you go to Comic Con?
I drive down to was it the Old Town station? Like was the one of the furthest on the tram system. But it's got a nice big parking lot right there. It's right next to Old Town.
Is that like a kiss and ride?
What's that?
It's like what they call a parking lot. by a train. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
They call it that.
It's literally just a
Okay.
parking
You never heard
lot.
that before?
No.
It's like the station's right there for the trolley, and you just take that into. It stops right outside of Comic-Con. You got to
I like
make a few
that.
stops first, but never try and go and drive and park at Comic-Con unless
Oh,
you're
no,
staying at a
no, no.
hotel and they tell you.
Viacom would
you
always
get
put
a
us at the
spot.
hotels on the edge of town, and then you take the train in.
Yeah.
The little the
Yeah.
subway.
Except
or
for
whatever
one
it is.
year, got one of the hotels just
Oh, right
past the
there?
Marriott. That was the best one. That was really good.
I've always said Marriott as well. I had to call them recently, and they said Marriott,
Marriott.
and I was like,
The
huh?
Marriott. Welcome to the Marriott Hotel.
Marriott.
Marriott. All right.
Please hold. Your call is important to
you
us.
said the Hyatt at the other side, or is it Hilton?
That's Hyatt.
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 All right. Hyatt.
I'm just kidding. It's not.
Hilton.
Don, this is for you.
Okay.
Maybe you don't care. I don't know. Lego has announced an Atari 2600 set. It looks pretty cute. It includes the console itself, which when opened reveals a little miniature 80s living room. It's really cute. A controller with a movable joystick and 3 game cartridges, Asteroids, Adventure, and Centipede that are also themselves tiny little dioramas.
One of them should have
they
been. It should have been E.T.
have
One of them.
little. Oh, that would have been so fun.
Should have been E.T.
Asteroids
buried
looks like little
somewhere in there.
fireworks.
Yeah.
In the press release, they said, "We hope that building this classic console takes you back to those halcyon days when a handful of pixels meant a world of adventure." It looks really cool. It has 2,532 pieces, and it costs. You want to guess how much it costs?
200.
$239.99. Yep. Comes out on August 1st. And our final piece of also this week news, Minecraft tweeted, TLDR, to ensure that Minecraft players have a safe and inclusive experience, blockchain technologies are not permitted to be integrated inside of our Minecraft client and server applications, nor may they be utilized to create NFTs associated with any in-game content. Blammo! No
Blammo.
NFTs.
There you go.
Nice.
Minecraft hath speaketh.
Good stance.
Talk about Comic-Con for a second.
Okay.
I gotta get
Hey, what would you do
Ah, shit.
if Final Fantasy 14 had NFTs?
They said they will never have it, but if they did, join in-game protests.
Cool.
Dude, I love
We
a
would
good
riot. We would riot.
in-game protest, like a blockade.
Yeah.
dude.
we
Yeah,
blockade. The
blockade.
game.
Like EVE Online.
Yep.
Can I just say I'm unfortunately not too excited about the 2600, the 5200. These older Atari systems, I have no allegiance to. I would have been a lot more pumped up if it would have been a Lego Jaguar.
That's very good.
Was it?
They'll get there. It seems like they did the NES one. Omar built it.
Yeah, weird to go from NES to
It's gone
Atari.
backwards, yeah.
To me,
At this rate, they'll
huge
they'll
step
make
down.
Now if they keep going backwards in gaming, they'll just make a stick and a hoop.
Yeah.
That was the previous game console.
Like, surprised they didn't do Super Nintendo or anything.
It'd be cool
Saving
if
it.
They did that old 40 supercomputer that took up like 3 rooms.
Just build a Lego building
Build a
with
house.
a punch card computer in it.
Yeah. Vacuum tubes and everything.
It's time for Love and Respect.
Love and respect.
Nice. First up, Caitlin Slavin. Hi, allies. This summer is the first summer I'm taking off from school as I had a scheduled surgery in May and have just been recovering and relaxing since. Being relatively housebound with nothing to do, I turned to my Switch for something to occupy my mind, and boy, did it. Did I find it, I mean. I have become completely absorbed in Sid Meier's Civilization 6. I had never touched a strategy game like this before this summer, and now I basically play this all day, every day. It has been a welcome way to work out my brain when I'm not able to do many other activities. Have any of you ever went through a season of life where you unexpectedly got enthralled with a game? How have games helped you exercise your brain when you felt like it needed it? If you have, what other games have given you this experience? Love and respect, Caitlin. You ever been saved or totally obsessed with a game that,
Totally obsessed, I guess. Like,
or enthralled, absorbed?
yeah. I mean, like, when World of Warcraft came out the first time, that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys remember that. Like, that was, like, crazy. Everyone was playing that.
I played it for 2 weeks.
At least
on
play
a
it.
trial.
Yeah.
It's good.
I just picked flowers and wandered around.
There you go. Told this before, not a single game, but summer towards the end of like high school, maybe first year of college, I can't even remember. Got a local Blockbuster, started renting a bunch of like PlayStation 2 games. PlayStation 2 RPGs, JRPGs. So I'd missed out. I didn't have a PlayStation 2. And so brother finally had one, and he was home for the summer as well because he was still in like regular school. So yeah, it must have been my first year of college. Back for summer, and I just remember going there and like every JRPG they had over there, just like going out of like just going all in on them, and that's where I found Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. And I remember like this game, I was like, yo, I'm consumed by this game.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think the other ones, a lot of them I just returned eventually. I played a lot of them, but I don't think I finished most of them. This one I was like, nah. In fact, I think I stopped renting it and bought it off eBay.
Nice.
And just like had my own. I was like, here,
Got
I got the
pirate.
memory. I got the memory card. I'm good. I just need my own copy. So I stopped paying Blockbuster so much money.
Yeah.
There's a very special feeling of like you first rented a game and then you buy it later, but you've got your memory card save, you know, so you're like picking up right where I left off.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't usually get enthralled in things like this. I for stuff like Civ, like I'll play it a lot, but I don't. I never get like hooked like that. I mean, I've told this before as well, but my friend Brandon and I played through 10 and 10-2 like back to back,
Dang.
like nonstop for like 4 days in my basement growing.
Nice.
Like I think we must have been back from college too, just drinking nothing but Capri Sun in metal bottles that they had for that summer. So that was really fun. Stuff like that, like back in those days, we would just get like anytime like Final Fantasy VII or Suikoden or whatever, we would just binge them. But that's a little different, I feel like, than what they're asking about. Exercise your brain when you felt like you needed it. Have you ever used a game that's given you like a
I don't think so.
I mean,
like a mental lift?
I tried Brain Age on DS when it came out. Like, I got it early for whatever I was doing at the point, or I maybe did. I don't even remember. But just remember having that game. I didn't buy it myself, and like just playing it, and like everyone was playing it. Everyone's talking about how like your age and making you smarter and stuff. And then like I don't know if that research was ever very, very conclusive.
Verified?
Maybe like I
I
never
wonder if
really
that's-
looked too much deeper into that, but yeah, it was like fun doing some of the games and stuff. But like they wanted you to like do it like a regiment like every day. And I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, not interested.
I mean, I guess I do the framed every day. I finally let myself stop doing Wordle, but yeah. I was really into Myst Online. I would play that a lot, and I would like tell people stories in game, like that kind of stuff, relating Zen parables to everyone in like the hub. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Caitlin. Don, you got anything or?
I mean, Jurassic World Evolution, or Jurassic Park Evolution, or not Evolution, I'm sorry, Operation Genesis back in the day. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis exercised the mind a lot. I lived in that game. All the Sim Cities, obviously. A lot of Sim games do that to me. Will take over my life. Sometimes, if I have the opportunity, I'll play it 10 or 12 hours a day every single day. And learn, expand my mind. You know, I could run a city pretty well right now. I think if someone would just give me a shot. I need some political backing, some contributions, or some kind of.
I think in
campaign
another reality,
funding.
you were a civil engineer, Don.
I'll probably be an all right politician. I bet. Thanks to
wanna
SimCity.
Play Jurassic Park Super Nintendo with Dawn because I had that as a kid. I don't think I ever beat it.
I had the
I
Genesis
tried
one.
kind of hard, I think, to beat it one time. Maybe got close.
It's a hard game.
But yeah, I don't know if you have any experience with that one. Dawn.
I only
he
played
does.
the Genesis ones too. Actually, I still haven't played. Are you talking about the top-down one?
Yeah,
Super
top down and
Nintendo.
first
I've
person.
never played. I think maybe I played a couple minutes of that at
Yeah,
someone's
you go like
house when
into
I
the
was a kid. Maybe.
Raptor parts. And it's like first
First person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played all
I don't
the
remember
Genesis ones back in the day.
I had Rampage Edition on my Genesis.
Yeah,
that was
I
the
remember
side
that.
scroll.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That
First level had
and
the T-Rex and the rat.
So hard, yeah.
Some of the arcade games, Dawn's like the shooter that you sat down in.
Oh yeah, I still play that. I play that still. I just
light
played
gun
that
game?
the other night.
Oh really?
How?
Jurassic Park, the arcade game. That's in arcades right now.
Yeah, it's some old.
I forget that
Arcades.
you could just still go to an arcade.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
can find one.
We could just go to an arcade.
We've got a
right now.
few good arcades in this city. You guys got to get out and say, you too, Isla. You got to get out in the
I've
city.
been thinking. You know what I've been thinking about, Don? That we We got to do like literal team building exercises
just
as a
remembered
company.
something.
Go to an arcade to get what, Dom?
Remember the one we talked about with the Castlevania game, or whatever?
Yeah,
the
that's in,
whip.
like Philadelphia.
Galloping Ghost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was so I got information. I got to follow up on this. I can pass it to both of you and Don. They want you to come out there and play it. They're like
The arcade does?
owner. Yeah,
Let's do it.
They're
Let's
really
do it.
excited and like want to like.
Are you
talk to
trolling?
us. No,
Do
I'm
this.
not.
I was just over on the East Coast, man.
Yeah, I remember and his friends, when they were over there for their thing earlier this year, they went there and he checked in on it and stuff. It was running and everything, and he told them about like us being like obsessed with like, seeing the Castlevania game or whatever. They got like all of them there or something.
Damn!
Yeah.
And they got a bunch of other games there, Don. So I mean,
I'm the one who asked about the Castlevania game.
I know,
No
but-
one asked me to go. What the hell? I'm the one that brought it up.
You can come with us.
No.
We're gonna make one hell of an easy update. We're all gonna go.
You pitching in on gas in this thing, Brad, or what? You know?
No,
Oh,
It'll be a crossover Don's Discount Gaming Easy Update extravaganza. Huber
I don't
syndrome.
know. I don't even understand how that works.
Can we stop in
I don't
Vegas
know,
on the
whatever.
way?
Is
They're-
Don
they're
going to
just the
haggle to
same
buy the
show.
arcade machines or something?
I'm going to be dropping quarters into
20
they
bucks.
said they're like totally okay with us like streaming it too.
Fuck. Well, now we have to do this.
We're obligated.
Obligated.
Yeah, we have to go.
We've
Galloping
been formally
Ghosts?
invited.
We're in Philadelphia?
No,
I mean, I don't think it's Phil. It's
I think it's
somewhere.
near Philly, though, isn't it?
Ohio
Where's it,
or-
Indiana?
Oh,
or
Ohio's
something?
way easier to get
It's
to.
either Ohio. It's either Chicago. It's either Illinois, Pennsylvania, or Ohio.
Or several
Wait,
states.
if it's Chicago, I've been there.
I don't know. It's one of those three states. I'm so sorry.
We're going to be close enough.
Someone
It'd be cool
tell
if we
us where it
circled
is.
through Philly.
Yeah,
too.
it's in Brookfield, in Illinois.
Okay, so it's in Illinois. Okay.
Galloping Ghost Arcade. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Illinois?
That's in Brookfield. Dude,
Chicago, Illinois?
I have reason to go to Chicago frequently.
There you go.
Dude, we're doing this. Ogden Avenue, Brookfield, Illinois. Hell yeah, dude. It's 365 days a year. They never close.
Damn.
Damn.
That's a good arcade.
Dude,
Imagine
I've
Christmas.
been here. I think I've been
would
here.
love that Christmas Eve alone in the arcade, just dropping quarters. It's a nice thought.
It'd be
isn't it?
cozy, man.
Don, you're a father.
Bring
That's
the
what I'm
kids.
talking about. Christmas Eve, you know, an eggnog. Maybe I
kids are
bring an
going-
eggnog with me. The kids are sleeping soundly at home.
Kids are
you know.
locked in the car in the parking
Kids
lot.
are in the car
you a
with the
bag of
radio.
quarters
You know,
to
they're on
go
the
play
ra-
some game.
The kids are in the car with the radio
Santa's
on.
going out for some cigarettes.
This sounds like you're gonna be Chevy Chase in freaking like National like vacation right now, Don.
I'm looking at their info on Castlevania the arcade game right now. You could see the high scores for the game. Peter Gores has the high score at this arcade. Congratulations, they achieved it on 2017. Hasn't been beat. 3 million. 100% completion, dude. Took 10 tokens. That's a
Damn.
master.
That's
Holy
not
crap.
bad at all.
Wow.
And it takes tokens there, so they're not charging by the hour. I love this. Old school.
Straight up, dude. We're doing this. Next time I'm in Chicago, Silent Consonant's going to meet us there.
Next time you're going to Chicago, I'll pack myself into a suitcase and
Yeah.
just check
I'm
me
looking at the
through.
Google Maps right now. How far out of Chicago is this? Brookfield, Illinois. I've heard of it. Oh yeah, it's just to the west of Chicago, just a piece. I've been here, I think. I think I met up with Silent Consonant in this arcade once before. Straight up. Whatever. We're doing it. It's a promise. What were we originally talking? All right. From Jason Wojnar, Eleanor, what are your gaming habits? Meaning, when do you usually play during your day? And have those habits changed in recent years? I used to play about an hour or two a night, almost every night, while living in Kyiv, while my brother goes all in just a couple of days a week. The results, on the year-end PlayStation review, I played around 300 days out of the year and had about 900 hours of playtime. He only played under half of that in days, but had about twice that in gameplay hours. So yeah, when do you normally play? Is it morning, night?
Anytime
All
of the day.
the damn time?
When I can. I don't play really late at night, though, anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not playing at 3 a.m. usually. I can't remember the last time I even did that. It's like,
Huber does that
I'd
every
rather
day.
go to sleep and just wake up than play then.
Straight
now.
up.
Yeah, it's been kind of hard to stay up past like 1 a.m. period lately. So even when there was a night I wanted to, and I was like, no, my body's telling me to go to sleep. I try and stick to doing it like no earlier than 5-6 p.m. Unless it's like something I need to be playing for work.
Yeah.
So I try and keep it to like the evening hours, even on like weekends. Also, like I generally try and force myself to always go out, like either to go get like food, lunch, or something. Just like get out of the house before playing any games. It's like don't be stuck in the house all day. Well, apartment, but home. And then like I like
Dami
to
owns a palatial estate.
Yeah, I wish.
Here in Los Angeles.
And then always love to like after like any kind of long session, like stopping and like not playing games for like a long time. So like anything that's like 3 or 4 hours or more, it's like afterwards stop. Love to like go out, like especially if it's like around dinner time, like maybe like 9 p.m. like finishing like a game session. Getting out, going. I purposely will drive somewhere further for food just to be like, let's be out for a little bit. Take like a longer route to it as well, like some back streets and stuff.
Yeah,
like
taking a good
routes.
walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only real rule with gaming is I prefer to stop before midnight because then my brain is too active for sleep. Because I get kind of freaked out if I'm awake by like 2:30 in the morning. I usually go to bed around 2,
Yeah. I had to stop watching like new movies or movies I hadn't seen in a long time because they would be interesting to me before going to sleep. Always have to watch either like a TV show type show or like a movie I've seen like a million times. It's like, I'm going to like watch it for like 10 minutes and then, okay, it's sleepy time.
Yeah. I do the same thing. If I've played something or watched something scary, you got to watch something nice after. But yeah, other than that, no real rules. From Jeff Kendall, greetings and salutations, allies. July 22nd, today, as this comes out for patrons on Friday, is my birthday.
Nice.
38 years young.
Happy birthday.
I was wondering what the best birthday you've ever had is, gaming related or otherwise.
Best birthday? I don't know.
Like
That I've had? I'm trying to think.
Like kid birthdays when you were a kid, like had to like Discovery Zone birthday.
Yeah,
I went to some of those, but we
Kid
never did
sport,
for
as it
mine.
was
I don't know if
called
I
in
actually
my
had
area.
one. My brain is
Fun
conflating
dazzle.
a lot, going to a lot.
fun dazzle.
Everyone at 1 year, everyone did their birthday at something called like putt-putt golfing games.
Oh, yeah.
Like as this everywhere has these, like
Yeah.
like the miniature golf, the
Boomers.
race cars, the
Yeah.
arcades.
Yeah.
Like
We had those.
like every like elementary school kid had their party there at one point. It was
Love
like
that.
Palace
the best.
Park.
There was a roller rink by where I grew
Ooh,
up.
yeah.
Oh.
And like was very excited about that one, especially because we were like sitting down like eating like the cake or whatever, and I don't generally like cake. And then Green Day's Dookie came on, or sorry, Basket Case. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, got super hyped and like just told everyone, I love this song, and just like skidded away. I was like, all right, cool.
maniac.
Little Damiani getting hyped for Green Day.
I was very hyper as a
roller
little
rink.
child.
I love
I have
roller
a
skating.
very old memory of like seeing Top Gun and wanting to emulate the piano playing scene by going nuts. So
Never
like
seen
they
it.
played the song Great Balls of Fire.
Okay.
So it was playing on like a cassette tape or CD, whatever the hell it was back then. And I must have been like 3 or 4 years old, and we had like a toy piano, like fake, like Fisher
Yeah,
Price
yeah,
style
yeah.
thing. I remember going on it and like just slamming it as hard as I could to that song. And I just remember my mom like screaming at me. She's like, "Why are you such a wild child?"
Does she call you Michael when she's mad at you?
Oh yes,
Michael!
full name, the whole full name thing.
What's your middle name?
Parents when they go, Michael Brian Damiani,
Brian. I was
Yeah.
going to say Patrick.
Patrick.
Michael Brian Damiani!
Michael
You stop
Patrick.
playing Great Balls of Fire on that piano this
Did
instant.
your parents ever do that? Like call you like by your full name or something? To like
Oh,
when they
sure,
were
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
be serious.
I
All the
don't think
time.
so, actually.
My parents never knew my actual name, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, they would say that all the time.
Yeah.
Gabby has a good one she wants to share.
Gabby!
Oh.
When I turned 18, my mom set up this like amazing race, like the TV show The Amazing Race, across New York City.
Whoa.
So
Damn.
I like had a group of friends. I had one teammate. Everyone had, was a team of 2. And like my mom got my friends' parents involved. So like we went to the Met and we met like my dad at the Met, and we had to solve a puzzle.
Oh.
And then we met like my friend's mom at the carousel in Central Park, and we went to a Barnes and Noble, and we like had to we weren't allowed to take cabs, so we just had to take public transit across the city and like solve puzzles and find stuff. Yeah, I ended up getting second place.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Shit.
That takes the cake. I don't think I've ever involved
I was
as
stoked
that. Yeah.
having a pool party with pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
That was tight.
The Super Soaker
Yeah,
parties
man.
in the summer, man. Yeah. Those were good too.
Yeah, I mean, I was just
Cool.
happy to be allowed to be out of my room, you know?
Wait, what?
The one day of the year.
Yeah, the one day a year I got out of my room, you know, and I was like,
outside.
what's all this? Of course, I'm kidding. My life was very freeform and insane and privileged. No, but yeah, that birthday sounds amazing.
Cool.
That takes the cake, as
Yeah,
they say.
Happy birthday, too.
Mine would probably be a surprise party that my friends threw for me. I've told the story
Sick.
before, but they had an elaborate reason why I needed to bring milk pills because the cake was an ice cream cake, and I was like all
That's
pissed
fun.
at them because I was
Yep.
like, the place you want me to meet you is on the way to your house. Just meet me there. And they were like, meet us at our house first. Yeah, but like a bunch of my professors were there and like all my friends. It was like a huge house party. It was really, really awesome,
Nice.
and I didn't expect it at all. I think a good surprise party is like if you make the person the party's for like slightly pissed at you for the reasons for meeting you at their house or the location, you know? Because then you feel even more like an asshole when everyone's like, surprise! You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm such a jerk. Ah!
I'm such a
Great.
dick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm trash. I don't deserve this. Let's play a game.
All right.
Oh, no,
Where's the lights?
Prepared for this.
I tricked
Two
you,
games
Don. I
in
gave you
one
too much
night.
heads up before. Ha ha.
Crazy.
There you go. I don't know what this music sounds like. What's the BPM on this? Thrashing
Does this
around.
lighting
like
thing happen
Sandstorm.
during the whole game?
They added Sandstorm to Beat Saber.
Nice.
All right. From Cody Spencer.
Whoops.
I hope everyone is having a great summer so far. I have a game for you today called Video Game Crimes. I will list 2 hypothetical video game crime scenarios, and you vote on which one is worse. Don can break any ties, or you can just participate.
Okay.
And at first, when I first read this, I was like, this is going to be like really dark. Is it like murders and stuff? No, it's like egregious things games could do. So
Oh, okay.
the first one here is
Oh, okay.
Elden Ring 2 being a Switch exclusive, or Silent Hill Returns, but it has a dating sim component. Which one's worse?
That could be fun.
Elden Ring
on Switch.
2.
Yes,
Yeah.
that Silent Hill thing sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would
Silent
play
Ring
the
sounds
shit out of it.
rad.
Yeah.
Silent Hill
How
dating sim,
I would
yeah.
like to see how they handle that. A dating simulator. thing
Pyramid
for-
Head, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a new era with
Yeah,
was
Elden
it Dead by
2 on
Daylight
Switch.
does.
Yeah, Elden
Yeah.
Ring 2 on Switch, definitely.
Yeah, they can do a dating sim.
The next-
Silent Hill can.
Yeah, the next mainline Mario game is rated M, or Resident Evil 9 is rated E.
Okay, Resident Evil 9 being E is
E.
the crime, man.
Yeah, way worse.
I would love Mario's. Yeah.
Mario.
Because, I mean, because you know that means
Luigi,
Chris
fuck,
Pratt's doing
man.
that voice right there.
Yeah.
For starters.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It starts with like Mario finding Luigi like overdosed, and he's just like, oh fuck,
Mario's
no,
like
Luigi.
jacked.
I hope
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
Shirtless the whole game.
It's a revenge tale. He
Yeah.
like works out.
Dude,
It's like Kratos.
He looks
busts out of
essentially.
prison.
He looks like Lou Albano from the live action Mario cartoon
He's all
segments.
tatted up.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that would be sick. Randy Pitchford presents every major video game conference going forward, or the ESA brings back E3, but it's free to the public.
Free to the public.
Free to the public.
Free to the public. You know what? I don't want Randy Pitchford hosting
Nah, the Randy
conferences,
Pitchford thing.
So we could that's the worst because we could just not go to the show floor. We'd still get the conferences.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And they just wouldn't be hosted by Randy, and which would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, whatever, the more the merrier. The fire marshal
Yeah, let the fire
stopped
marshal
letting
worry
people.
about it.
Yeah, let the fire marshal.
Let the
sort
fire
it out.
marshal sort it out.
They stopped letting people into Anime Con or whatever.
yeah,
Anime Expo.
Anime Expo.
Breath of the Wild 2 is free to play with microtransactions, or CD Projekt Red's next game receives the same level of hype as Cyberpunk, but is released too early and is just as buggy.
Breath of the Wild 2 is going to have microtransactions with those goddamn amiibos.
Damn it, we're talking
Free-to-play
like free-to-play.
microtransactions.
Free-to-play.
This is like
Battle Pass?
Games as a
Hey.
service. It's a battle pass. What would be on it?
Some outfits.
New weapon. The weapons are breakable, and the only way to get new ones is if you're on the battle pass.
That's a good idea.
It gets them to you faster anyway.
yeah, that
Or, yeah,
Fre-
like, yeah,
Breath of the Wild thing
sword.
would anger more people.
Of course it would.
Cyberpunk
yeah.
would just or Cyberpunk CD Projekt Red would just be like,
Business
we've
as
been
usual.
here.
We've been through this,
Been
man.
through
They
this.
didn't learn anything. We're like just so desensitized to you now.
Mm-hmm.
The Game Awards 2022 ends with Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake debuting a Trolls 3 video game tie-in for 2023, or Ubisoft releases a teaser trailer with Sam Fisher, only to announce that he's in Roller Champions.
That would be business as usual already.
Yeah, that's
Business as
pretty.
usual.
That's business
That's
as usual.
standard. So
Yeah.
gotta go with that first one.
Yeah. Yum Brands, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Doritos. I didn't know they own the same things.
Yeah.
Buys from
See.
software.
Yo!
And all future video games are littered with product placement like
my-
Crunchwrap themed
Dude.
boxes.
Dude, okay, this is
Holy
actually
shit.
this is a reality I need to see happen, even if it's just like temporary.
Or Easy Allies gives in and starts selling NFTs.
Well,
That would never
Are
happen.
they going to buy them?
Yeah, no one's gonna buy your NFTs.
Are you going to
like-
buy those NFTs?
I mean, if we're making millies,
Yeah.
if we're making fat stacks, Crunchwrap Easy Allies
I mean,
NFTs.
I want the first thing to happen, so it's clearly number
Can you
two.
imagine just like
It's like your
the
Estes
Mexican
flask.
pizza just comes in
Yeah,
and
dude,
the,
Estes flag is hot sauce.
Rot pizza,
Oh my god, yes.
like
the fucking health bar just saying Crunchwrap Supreme.
yeah.
yes.
When you like hit him, it looks
Chalupa.
like bite marks going down the health.
The,
Oh my god.
I tell you what I said. It's not rot pizza that you eat. In the game, the rot would just be like the Diablo. What is it called?
What?
Fire sauce or whatever from Taco Bell.
yeah.
Oh,
So the lakes would just
yeah,
be
yeah.
like fire sauce.
Hot
Dude,
sauce.
that's like I love the hot sauce.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
It's like going, dude, fire
That's
sauce.
what I want my Estes to
I
be.
want the fire like debuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then how in most FromSoft games, you know how there's like a seedy like underside that you discover, like that's like the meat hose and stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you discover like how the meat's really being made there.
Yeah, where the meat's really coming from.
So like the debuff you'd get would like be something to do with your bowel movements.
Yeah. You get there's like definitely a diarrhea mechanic.
Yep.
You have a toilet. You're like a toilet's your bonfire.
It's a mimic, the toilet mimic.
Rest of the toilet.
Toilet being on bonfire.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely the NFT
Sit at the
thing is
toilet,
worse.
yeah.
This is incredible. Like a Chex Quest style like Soulsborne Taco Bell game would
Has
be
to be
so
it has to be
good.
high budget.
Bonus.
Yeah, like
High
total
budget,
AAA.
As a bonus, they put in a useless item again. It's a Skittle
Skittle.
That's Mars.
because they're gonna have a Mars crossover coming later
Oh,
with
no.
Darkened Sky.
You have to fight. You have to fight the titanium dioxide to get it out of
Yep.
the coloring
Yep.
of the. Anyway, that's the end of Love and Respect. It is now time for bets. Ooh, look at that lighting cue right on time. I love it. This week's bet: Bear and Breakfast launches Thursday, July 28th in next week's launch trailer or the most recent trailer. How many seconds from the very first second of the trailer, starting hitting play, including any brands, whatever, how many seconds will it take before we see something that can be reasonably interpreted as breakfast? Bradley Ellis,
10 seconds.
Damiani,
11 seconds.
Don,
14 seconds.
and I said 31 seconds.
I can't wait for Blood to be like, let's common breakfast somewhere else in the world.
Right,
Like
yeah,
this area.
In the regions
can't
of,
wait to
of
explain to
Greece,
you-
they
to
eat
you all
bark.
the
Yeah.
It's just like there's a tree right there. It's like what?
You see that locust right there? Yeah, they eat that in some other
They
country.
eat that
That's
in
breakfast.
Zimbabwe. Yeah, like Bloodworth. I mean, hey, Blood will be in charge again next
Yeah,
week.
it's his
so
show.
Dad thinks everything is breakfast. I guess I should write those down. What'd you
Yeah,
say?
10 seconds.
11,
10.
10, 11, 14,
11.
31.
What'd you say? 14.
That's
Yep.
gone.
Okay. Last week's bet. Oh, I locked those in. Do we still do that? I don't know. Last week's bet. Either Brad forgot to mention which game we were betting on, or it got cut out. He just didn't say it.
Dawn knows.
But Stray released this week, and wait. I thought you said there was some reason that. Well, I'll keep reading.
Secret reason.
The reason.
But Stray released this week, and we had to scrap Bloodworth's bet because Damiani knew too much, and we couldn't talk about that.
That was the reason.
All right, that was the reason that got cut out because we couldn't mention at that time
Correct.
that we had Stray.
Correct.
That was why that got cut out.
Phrased, there's no way to cut around it. Really.
Exactly.
So I forgot
So we
about that.
played it safe.
Yeah. We played it safe. I remember that. That was a good catch. We were literally just hitting export, and then you texted and you were like, "Hey, wait,
Yeah.
we can't mention we have this." Good catch, Brad. Brad, also you did a phenomenal job
Thank
last
you.
week. Can I just say?
Thank you.
I should have said that up top. Anyway, Damiani knew too much, so we called an audible, kind of made up a new bet right on the spot.
Yep.
So instead, we checked the top 10 English reviews on OpenCritic, looking for how many times we would see the word meow.
Not including ours.
Not including our review if it was in there. I said 12. Damiani said 10. Don, next to whom Bloodworth has written wild card, said 14. And Brad said 10. Looking through the top 10, Video Gamer had 1, GamesBeat 0, Gaming Trend 3, Jump Dash Roll 3, Press Start 3, Stevviver 1, Os Gamers 0, Gadgets 361, Worth Playing 3, digitally downloaded 0 for a total of 15.
Damn.
Making Don the winner, missing it by
Whoa,
1.
I won something.
You won it, baby.
Caught me off guard.
And Bloodworth has written here, since Don won, I'm prepared most of the thing, but Bloodworth did help. Thank you
He
so
did
much
that
to
on mine,
Bloodworth.
too.
He chimed in a little on the rundown here. But since Don won, we've triggered the wild card. Don gets to choose which team gets the point.
Oh,
Which
shoot.
doesn't seem like that much fun for Don.
The
but,
power.
Our scores currently,
You
Don.
kidding me? I'm thrilled about this.
Okay, our score. I'll tell you what the scores are right now, and before updating you, okay, Don, so you know what's going on. Massive Chubs have 12, and the Melodorous Sea Lions have 13. So before we do the noises and all that, Don, which one do you want to award a point?
It's a tough call. We say, what do we do? Do we bring balance to the universe, or do we give a little lead to the Melodorous Sea Lions? I mean, this thing has been neck and neck for weeks to an extreme extent, something we've never seen before, I think, in any season.
It's been great.
Hold on, I've got to feel my pulse here for a second. Let me see which it is.
Look at this, I stood this up.
Oh, wow.
Accidentally.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to do this, but unfortunately we have to put it to the Melodorous Sea Lions. They're going to have a 2-point lead. I'm sorry, fate chose. Okay.
Thank you, Harvey.
Gabby
You were off
witnessed
camera.
it.
What happened?
Gabby witnessed
He flipped a
what
coin like
happened.
Harvey
How did
did.
you know, Brad?
Man, we could have had 13-13, man.
That would have been nice.
Isn't that the old Star
Yeah,
Wars
the
game?
canceled Star Wars game.
Don! Well,
Sorry.
whatever.
It was
That
up to
brings our
fate.
scores to Massive Chubs 12, Sploosh, and Melodorous Sea Lions 14. Glorious. I loved it.
What if Don's act was the quantum entanglement that caused 1313 to be canceled?
Yeah, Don just backwards through time canceled 1313. I think that's definitively true. Let me tell you about patreon.com/Easy Allies. Patreon, patreon.com/Easy Allies. There you go. It's great. It's how we are primarily funded. We really depend on it. We depend on the kindness of strangers and beloved community members that we come to know. We begin as strangers and then we become bizarre parasocial family, and we love each other from afar. But anyway, that's how we are primarily supported, how we keep these beautiful lights on, how I pay the bills from our bank account. It's all very adult and very real and kind of scary. And Patreon is how you keep it all running. If you are at the $1, you get the Patreon version of this podcast, which has no ads. Even though my ad reads are fantastic, we appreciate the support. And you get 2 extra love and respect questions.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a
What a
good
deal.
value. What an amazing value. At $5, you get early access to most of our stuff. You get to submit to Love and Respect. And you get our exclusive shows and Discord, baby. We've got a patron-only Discord. and it's a lot of fun. I pop in there. Have you been? We all got to be popping
pop in there.
It's really, really nice. It's heartwarming in there. I love it. So please come and join that. And then at our top, some of our top tiers, third to the top now, are shout outs. Jabbalob's the everything producer. He's at they, I guess, are at the second to top. But yes, shout out. We shout out to these people. Shout outs to Jabba Wobbs, El Thanis, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Caleb, Togi Crawford, Nick, and Anna Croth. Shout out.
Wow.
We'll accept it.
Wasn't that good?
Well, you didn't cut away. It was all on me the whole time,
all right.
which is beautiful. I love seeing myself, so it's fine. Don, since you won, you get to promote any Easy Allies video you would like to promote. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with, want to reiterate, or just popped into your head, and you get to sign off with your trademark sign-off, and you don't have to change your trademark sign-off suddenly for no reason.
I'm waiting for next. I'm waiting for an explanation on this. What was going on?
I don't
We'll
fucking
never know.
I don't freaking know. Damiani's just like a knowing smile. I don't
Guess
know what
we'll
the heck's
never know.
going on.
Stray.
Stray. Let that be a lesson to you. Don,
Yes.
promote a video, say your final word, and take us out of here with your trademark sign off.
Okay. I want to promote something
yourself.
behind a paywall. Tell me something that's behind the paywall that no one can see currently for free.
Trash babies.
Trash Babies. This is something you got to watch. This is an excellent show. It's behind the paywall. We need a little bit of support for you to get access to this thing, all right? But it's out there. There's quite a few episodes. They're funny, right? They're fun. They're all of us playing.
They're fantastic.
Rotten
It's probably our best
games
show.
that end up actually are pretty decent games. I found in most cases. But
Yeah, they're
Yeah, we know, Don.
yeah, we know.
there's been some good ones. Check out this Goosebumps one. This is actually a real good game.
That
It was
comes
not
out
bad
next month.
It was not bad at all. Oh,
Stay tuned.
Well, check that one out. It's coming down the pipes.
Harvester was this month. Just
what-
came out today.
Okay, so check out Harvester. This thing is available now, all right? It doesn't cost much either, does it? How much, Isla, does this thing cost to get access?
$5.
$5
Anybody $5 and up gets all of our exclusive
That's
shows.
it. It's a very
Fast
good
and
deal.
Loose is on $1.
And you get Fast and Loose thrown in with that, okay? So it's $5 is what you're committing to. Month by month, you can do it. We appreciate it, too.
We really
What
do.
else have we got on the docket here? A sign
Final
off.
word.
Final word. Here it is. Oh wait, a final word and a sign off.
Yeah.
This is your like thought. If you disagreed with something,
Oh
want to
yes,
reiterate.
I do have a final. I disagreed with something very. I acquiesced to the mob earlier on the broadcast here, the podcast, But here I'm going to stand up for myself and say, you know what? The proper pronunciation is actually Jaguar. It's Jaguar, mini Jaguar. All right. Sounds good, doesn't it, Brad?
It does.
All
There
right.
you have it.
Here it is, everybody. You're a great racer. Adios.
That's your sign off.
Is that weight race?
I don't have a sign off.
That was a perfect sign off.
I would love to hear how this person pronounces Warder. I really would.